journey. I'd love it. Thanks.
Anyone else?
Things are stirring in the past in Stormbound. An old evil long contained a lich named Necrosis the Devourer has reawoken in the Morozova home. Venturing out to save it was our regional party, but not without trouble and difficulty. After arriving in Greenwood, you were drawn into the local politics and trouble. A war incoming. The Divine Church has been undergoing several extrajudicial operations along their border with the tribes of Shadowfen. Let me get a map.
I just realised, because I've got Claxy in the ring now, and we've got the thing I can do in the ground. Now, if he's just too much trouble, we'll just be like, Claxy!
We don't have the crown.
We don't have the crown.
I tried to get it and I didn't get it.
You don't have the crown?
We don't have the crown.
We don't have the crown.
This is not new information to me. I was very on top of that and know exactly.
No, we didn't. We left it with.
Oh,
I went for it and I missed.
Yes.
I think
that'll develop.
Wouldn't he just teleport straight to us?
Wait,
fuck this shit.
let me double check that.
Oh, we
is what
see.
He has given you back the crown once before.
Yeah.
All we see is the map just Greensgood just starts turning black and like getting burnt out of the map. Like there's just like no more Greensgood.
My notes for the session include Deuteronomy is a dick like Dietrich with stars around it, like it's very important. Raging Heretics.
Yeah, no, I missed it.
Stanislaw Greenclaw, Berserker Barbarian, Short Frog, Raging Heretics.
The Raging Heretics. Probably less relevant now.
Yeah.
Unless until you get back to Greensgood. So
Mana's running out. The largest reserve is in the Shadowfen, which is no longer where we are.
But what we had from last week, we've known over the last couple of sessions, the Divine Church, who are mainly based in the Central Empire, have started to send, abrogators and inquisitors and paladins and all sorts into the West Marsh, into the tribes of Shadowfen, to do a whole bunch of stuff that they basically shouldn't be doing. Exploiting the fact that the Church and the Empire are technically two different entities, but are practically one and the same. There's much debate. Now, the tribes of Shadowfen consider this an act of war. That was the whole council meeting. You didn't quite make it to last week, but you knew what was going on in the background.
Oh, the moot?
Not the moot. The moot's the next thing, but the actual council saying, hey, we're being attacked, we're going to declare war pretty soon. The problem is that they don't know whether or not the other kingdoms would offer the peace agreement out of the last war 20 years ago and go against the Central Empire and the Church. The worry is that what would end up happening instead is there would be a big side between the supporters of the Church, being the Central Empire, the Winter Pact, and the Ironclad Union, against the not-so-churchy folk, the Shadowfen, the Desert, and the Arab Frontier. More on this, you know that there are groups working together who have no right to be, and who, by all accounts, should be enemies. Xanos the Liar, working with Dr. Mia of the Ironclad Union, who are the people behind the laboratory you found with the Project Red, the living bioweapon, in a way to attempt to impersonate council members. Did not end up going so well. You destroyed that lab, but you're not sure the extent of their projects that were going on.
Sorry, Karen.
I had at least 3 or 4 of them.
No, I'm just saying we collectively have devoured a bag already.
You followed several other clues and found the oculary, Xanos the Liar's hidden room atop the obsidian spire, where he claimed to be able to observe all of Stormbound, at least those not magically protected. He informed you that it was none other than High Priestess Claxy, who fell Mornon after Mornon refused to swing a vote about unifying the Shadowfen. But she was not the one who killed him. That was, in fact, an unknown member of the Selenial Sisterhood, the mushroom people that Element belongs to. He also informed you of the corrupted network that remains up north of said mushroom order, and something known as the Declination that appears to be connected to the abandoned network. To Electra, He warned that Deuteronomy was planning to use the upcoming war to bolster his own status and political power. No surprises there, as Archeon had already been propositioned to become a spy on behalf of the Court of Fire earlier that day. If you remember, there was the whole scrying thing between the both of you.
Yeah.
Dietrich
By
said,
the
Deuteronomy
Yes,
saying we're going to get
I was
Dietrich
and I was
to
passing to
split
you
with the cats
this
and
message.
side with whoever the cats don't, so that when the war ends, you can come back together and one of you will sit on the winning side.
Yeah.
That stuff all in the
That's when I was
background
passing
works.
you this message. Deuteronomy's a dick,
Yeah.
like Dietrich.
Xanos traded that information to you for an ongoing alliance, and also the eye that you took from the lich that you had
Oh
killed.
yes.
Not one of the elemental artifacts, but a powerful magical item in its own regard.
Yes.
Thank you. The eye of what? Ogmoga, that sounds
Yeah.
right. The eye of Omoga allowing you to see through magical shielding and illusions. With that, Xanos claims now nothing would be outside of his sight.
Yeah.
It was at that point that Claxi showed up for completely unknown reasons. The three of you.
Yeah, we have no idea why.
Electra, of course, knows that she called Claxi there.
Oh yeah, that's right. We don't know that you did
Yeah.
that. You just rocked up.
A hell of a
And I went
that
berserk. And then she cast a spell to make me go berserk.
That's one of those things that, like, as characters, we should have been more surprised.
Yeah.
But because we're players,
No,
and
I
you
think
heard
we're-
it
I
happen.
think characters-
Yeah.
I think the characters were pretty surprised. That my
Yeah.
character was slinking off backwards into the library.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
After that, a hell of a fight went down where you managed to defeat the High Priestess of the Sundering Ties, Claxi herself.
I think the lich didn't miss the
The
way.
Lich, however, did quite a bit of work as the Rusted Crown once again reactivated Necrosis of the Vanora.
I killed all the servants.
He did kill all her servants.
And the oculary.
As she
Oh,
was
That's
yeah,
the
the
point.
old-
He also did break Xanos's great machine.
Which is good. That means you can't.
Can you repair it?
Yeah, anyone who wants to, Shabbat says last time, give me an Arcana check. Wizard, you can have advantage to determine how long it will take to mend this.
I don't have my
device.
companion.
You don't have your companion. They are destroyed very quickly.
18.
18, lovely. It's not been broken permanently. I'll tell you that with an 18. It's definitely fixable.
I got 17. So yeah. So
17, cool. It's definitely fixable. You don't have much inclination as to the time scale with an 18.
I'd hazard a guess. It's going to take at least a week.
After this whole fight went down, the machine breaking, windows broken, Claxi defeated, chaos and bound to ensue politically at Greensgood, having 3 council members died in the last week.
Oh yeah, and they've got lots of votes.
There's got lots.
Three?
Claxi held the most votes. She held 18. She had a sway of the majority of the council as
I
well.
didn't take her votes.
We couldn't get.
You don't win votes by killing.
Yeah, but she had like a.
She had you could have got the physical tokens. I think if I remember right.
Oh, yeah, that's
none
right.
of
That
them
was only
showed-
for actually uniting the crown.
That's for actual pieces of the wooden crown.
Yeah.
Which
but
we didn't get. I took her
You
stamp.
didn't because after the fall there, Xanos said, "We'll call it even," and
Get the
you
fuck out of my
being in
place.
their bachelor tower. No said teleport to all of you as you were flung into the Arcanium. The either something.
So did he
You mentioned-
know or care where he was teleporting us? Or?
So that's the thing. We are picking up right when you teleported with a charisma save. Just before you teleport, you have your reaction to try to grab something. Archeon, you grabbed 2 rings from Claxi. Electra, you grabbed her golden
Pretty
staff
stick,
with several turning orbs at the top of it. You went for the crown but missed.
Yeah.
And Zara, I think you decided not to go.
No,
for
I didn't have a reaction.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah,
already
yeah,
used
yeah.
your reaction. That's right.
This packaging's cool. It's like paper.
So, charisma save?
Charisma saves
23.
incredible.
Ooh, not bad, not bad.
I look good as I'm falling through
20.
the sky.
20.
Yep.
Nice.
19.
19. Pretty good. And
I'm
Armand.
double checking the Truman of the Dragon, so I'm looking for the Dragon's.
I think the dragon should have a good charisma score.
That's probably not a bad thing to be falling as.
I tell you what, you can use.
Yeah, 11. It's the same as
11. Wonderful. Let's do the failure first. Archeon. You see wave of light spread around you as the spell goes. You reach out, you grab those rings off the ground in your dragon form, and you are flung into some sort of magical effect. Remind me what sort of dragon you shifted into, if you remember. Was it a fire?
Does that mean we're not on the dragon anymore?
It's a young bronze.
Young bronze, wonderful. So you have fire resistance, and the heat's not a problem. But you taste ash in your mouth.
I have
you take your
14
first breath in. You're not in the north in the snow yet.
Okay.
Oh.
You guys.
Oh,
I was the one person that needed to pass.
I have 14 hit points.
I have 16, so good luck.
I like 20.
I'm a
Taking
cat,
a deep breath in, you recognise where you are pretty quickly. This is your old homeland.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Why are you in the
Ashland?
You're in the
Isles.
Ashland.
As
That's
far-
splitting the party.
the Ashland Isles. You see the familiar sight of crystal clear, blue tinged water all around you, slight waves and that coming up, sandy white shores, and volcanoes fucking everywhere.
Oh,
This is a volcanic archipelago. You right now are falling through the sky, heading towards a particularly large volcano you would recognise is the Eldari Citadel, the capital of the Ashland Isles. You are not
popular.
You're not quite present here. The magic, you've not been teleported here. The magic is still having an effect on you. It's kind of pulling you through here to somewhere else.
Yeah, okay.
But as you're going, give me a perception check real quick. See what you can tell as you are tumbling through the air, ash and smoke around you. The Eldari sit up a great glass dome suspended above a molten volcano.
What
Bridges
have I
four
got
of them in the cardinal
for
directions
falling out of the sky?
mountain body.
It's a 19 on perception.
With a 19, you
I'm
see...
gonna hope that thing doesn't erupt,
that would suck for them, big time. You see the great shipyards on kind of the outside of the volcano in the water are full of hundreds of what you identify with a 19 to be undoubtedly warships. These are sleek metal designs. These are not like wooden carrier vessels. It's more like a metal submarine that goes along the water. The sort of thing that will travel much faster than most other
Time to do a
vessels.
sneaky co-op.
Not as you're flying through the air with that bullshit.
No, these are my guys anyway. I wouldn't do that.
Oh, what's you?
Can't be your
Just
guys.
thinking.
You know, the Quarterfire are not super popular here after stealing a bunch of their magic
Yeah.
and fucking off to an enemy nation. But but you see,
I think
what is unmistakably
Archeon specifically is probably more closest to them.
How can
They
I
probably actually don't like Archeon because they assume he's with Dietrich, but I think
like
Archeon
any of these?
Yeah, for sure.
thinks he's saying it. And is totally unaware. Dietrich nicked all that shit.
While you're here,
Okay.
is there anything you want to look for or try to sense? You're in this sort of what you're doing. You're flying through the astral realm as you come here, so you're not just limited by what someone in the sky could see.
Okay.
Is there anything particular you want to try to know about what's going on in the Ashland Isles in the moment, or anything like that? Nothing comes to mind. That is fine. But,
Is there like any kind of? Is there a way I can sense if they've got any of these like artifacts?
Yeah, absolutely. You can look for that. You can do me a Arcana check, or you can do like probably nature with that as well.
What would Arcana do?
Pardon? The DC, do you mean?
Yeah, because I've got the dragon.
I'm gonna get 4 of these.
Because
So would that be
they're on
intelligence? Or?
because this isn't really a usual check, I'll let you use Archeon's
Okay, yeah.
I'm looking for things that Electra might have that would be useful in this scenario.
Oh, yeah, true.
That's a 16 on Arcana.
16. So,
Portable
you
pit.
know that there are 10 artifacts of each element.
Yeah.
Maybe make a
Of
hole
the
in the
fire,
snow so
you
it's
know
not as
of-
hard.
There's a book.
Mhm.
The crown exists, so you don't know where it is.
Yeah.
But also the lantern, Dawnbringer. You know that to be one of them. And Archeon. You haven't really spoken about this. Archeon, you would understand that the sword Mornon used to carry was also
Ooh.
that sword is currently lost. with the rest of the stuff. So you know of 3. The crown also exists as 4. Of the other 6, you recall that 3 were stolen by the Court of Fire in addition to the book and the lantern and the sword.
Yeah.
So you originally stole 6. Crown is the 7th. There are 3 other missing artifacts of fire. 2 of them reside within the Ashen Gardens.
So 2 of the ones I don't know about.
2 of the ones
I
you
know
don't
that.
You know they are here, you don't know what they are, and you don't know where exactly they are, but you know they are in the Ashen Gardens. One other artifact of fire is somewhere else, you don't know where.
Do I know if they've acquired them somewhat recently, or if they've just always had them?
Hard to tell.
Okay.
Hard to tell. With a 16, you're not quite sure. Sure.
Okay.
That is the impression you get as you're kind of pulled through here. You then peer very, very high up in freezing cold air. And we will jump to the next person. 26?
23.
23, sorry, 2019?
Yeah.
Cool, we go with the 19 next. With the 19, is Zara or Zahim with us at the moment
Good question.
when that teleportation
Good question. Hang on, let me.
Put a score in if you like.
I think it was Zara that was up.
That sounds right.
And it's Zara still.
Cool. Where does Zara pulled into the astral plane, so pulled into the world beneath the world? You're going somewhere and you can't affect that, but kind of like if you've been dragged behind a boat on a bunch of, you kind of swing left or right. Where does Zara's mind go in this moment? Astral
Her mind would be going to Balthazar
Yeah.
that he got her into this fucking mess.
Yeah, for sure. You see,
Brick of
in the same sort of spectral images flashing around you and that, you have the impression of Morozova Manor. It's very still. It's more grey than when you left it. Without the book, it is still decaying and lessening as every day goes past. Give me a perception check, first of all, so that you generally get.
Oh, that's good. Advantage with what? I don't know. 22.
22. You see in the basement, Morozova is working on something. Alexander Morozova. You see the glowing ball of roots that he carries around with him all times. Seems to be open. The roots are not enclosed on themselves, but have reached all the way out, and the glowing light in the middle is much, much brighter. They have one hand on top. You see Bargra, 2 hands on the side as well, and Balthazar stands underneath it. A huge amount of magical energy swirling around you, enough to kind of pull your journey a little rickety to the side and the other. You see Balthazar reaches up into this glowing light and pulls from it a dagger. And that is the impression you get as you get along your way. While you're there, you can also, as with Archeon got to, is there anything your mind's on in particular you want to check? Could be more information on what's happening here, could be something completely unrelated.
But in like Greenskin area. Well,
In around the Morozova area. I'll let you do Greenswood so that you're
Oh.
close.
okay. Okay. I'm curious about the situation with the roots and this corruption. Like, has it spread? Is the
Yeah.
towns like getting taken over? Like, what are the crops in the area
Yeah.
doing? All those sorts of things.
Nature check for that, please. You'll get if you fail this, you'll still get something. This will tell you the
9.
information. 9. With a 9, you're not getting a lot. You don't see any rot in the town as you kind of fly past there, headed north. But you do see the smallest bit of a root in the ground. And as you go north towards it, you see it follows that path also. And you appear in freezing cold air, very high off the ground, with a brass dragon just nearby you.
Well, as long as we have a dragon nearby, we'll go.
Well, there's 3 of us and 1 dragon.
And Anita,
Depends on the
where
time.
does your mind go to as your teleport?
Probably to the sisterhood and the unknowns within it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's fine. I'll just blind the boss things that we know.
See, you see a place you immediately recognise as the resting place of the Green
Oh, the Sanctum Without Laws.
the Sanctum Without Walls. Give me
Citadel.
a Citadel Without Walls. Give me a perception check, see what you see.
Perception 23.
23, you see the Citadel Wars, the vast home base of the Sisterhood, the centre of which contains the still living and very much communicating body of the Green Mother, or at least it should. You see where she would normally stand, an empty space.
Oh shit. Oh no.
That's bad.
You also get a free check of anything you're interested in around the Sisterhood or in the Citadel walls. There'll be more information on that.
I mean, with this information, I probably want to know more about the mother, but can I ask about the sister that I saw that I don't know?
It's tricky to look at something you don't know what it is.
Okay.
So it'll be a high DC if you can.
Perception?
I'll probably be survival, trying to track them down.
I'm gonna try it. Natural 20 for 26.
You see...
You fail your dex check now to get on the dragon.
I've rolled above 15 3 times already. This is very dangerous.
We're all gonna die.
Yep.
Your
We'll
quarry
know
path
stuff,
travels north.
but we'll be dead.
The cart seems to be empty, aside from a ancient companion, much like your own. This huge, lumbering mushroom man up the front driving the horses. You don't see into the cart, but you understand the person you're seeking is within it.
Yeah.
Electra. Where does your thoughts and concerns go to as you're teleported away from Xenos' tower?
Oh god.
No thoughts.
No, she has thoughts.
Yes.
They're not
Is
in
it-
any way useful.
Is it about your catacomb?
No, they could be, but no. Her thoughts are as they have been since she appeared. How did Claxy get in the tower without coming through the bathroom?
Yeah. With your thoughts on Claxy,
And how she got there. So that's sort of
Yeah.
I guess it would be, well, the route would be from here down the main street and then up into the thing and then past Rex and into the third floor bathroom. How did she get straight to the tower? So that would be the kind of, it's taking a lot of thought.
As you're travelling, you find yourself somewhere unfamiliar to you.
Okay.
Decayed bricks, ruins, this brown dust in the air. Give me a survival check to see if you can know where this is.
21.
Damn. You know, comes back to you kind of almost in a daze. Rum Tum Tugger lecturing on the important sites of history.
Oh no,
You are in the ruins of Necropolis. The old kingdom from the Mage Wars is laying in ruin for hundreds of years. You see standing amongst those ruins a much younger Claxon. See, she wears a golden headband, but otherwise not her adorned armour. She's not with her guards. She seems alone. And you see she walks amongst the ruins and pulls out what looks to be some sort of leather cloth. Give me a perception check to see if you can tell what she does.
No, probably not. 12.
She opens it and there's something in there. Looking at it is like looking at white light at night or the sun, and it almost squelches your vision out. It's something
Very bright.
very, not necessarily bright, it's something very magical.
Yeah.
That's what you see in the glimpses as you go past. Anything else you want to look at while you're here? You can have another go at trying to see what that is if you like, or anything else the mind is on.
I think as she sees Claxy's, appeared to have got younger, which is strange. I think her mind at that point would just flit to the other kittens, and the kitten that she would probably go to would be Rumpelteazer, the one that was meant to be coming to Greenwood to collect the bioweapon of mass destruction to take back.
Yep.
So it would be, I guess, flitting amongst other young things. And where's he up to? Because he's meant to be coming to get this stuff out of my handbag to take back to...
Rumpelteazer is the ambition.
Yeah, he's the one that that I'm like, I've got this thing, might be really useful. Take it and fuck with Deuteronomy.
Give us another perception.
Okay. 16.
You see, Rumpelteazer seems to have met up with Bombolina, the fate cleric.
Yeah.
Yes. You see them in a cart making their way down towards Greenwood.
Okay.
You don't get the words of what they're saying exactly, but they seem to be having a discussion of what are we going to do? It's going to happen soon. We need to be prepared.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy's, told us what needs to be done.
Yeah.
But it's kind of all you get.
Okay.
Before you are taken back as well,
Yep.
high up into the air.
Yep.
In the cold, frigid.
Okay. As an immediate question, as we're now falling in the air,
Yes.
am I falling within touching distance of anybody else, or are we all completely separate?
So, here's the thing. I need, at this point, just a straight d20 luck check to see if you're all in a big clump, nice and close, or if you're spread out.
2.
You are 15 foot away from the nearest
Oh
person.
no. 19.
19, you're 5 foot from the nearest person.
14.
You're 10 foot from the nearest person.
Okay.
15 foot from the nearest person. So the two of you are quite a distance away from the rest, you two kind of closer together.
So we're close together.
Yeah.
Let me, in fact, I have tokens for just such an occasion.
Oh, wow. Okay.
15 foot-ish. Oh, that's going to measure in days. About yay far, about yay
A day
far,
away.
And then about yay.
I'll get to you eventually.
Something like this as you're falling through the air.
Okay.
We could roll initiative. There's not really much point the way this is going to work. You're going to have one full round each, and then you're going to hit the ground and take max force.
Can I
D6, which is
I
enough
will
to kill someone.
Can I go first?
totally kill me
Absolutely.
outright.
Zara is going to Misty Step directly into the middle of everyone.
Brilliant.
Nice.
That's bonus action.
Yep.
Action.
Mhm.
Aura of Life. With Red and
Oh,
Stem.
nice.
And she says, with every tumble, we gather the strength to surge upwards. Just relax and enjoy yourselves, everyone.
You regain 1 hit point. Oh my god. This is going to be interesting.
Just no one do anything.
Everyone dies and pops back.
Yeah.
What is anyone else's turn?
Who wants to go next?
Could you
We can't
activate
die
that
now.
for me?
What, are you going to
Is
do
it
anything, Dragon?
I've still got the
Well,
map.
yeah,
Which
I'm
one?
definitely
This
going
is
to
the max. It's just a zoom, really
Oh, is it
in
really
on
zoomed at the
middle of
top?
map,
Aye.
so-
Oh,
I just
yeah,
want
so
to
it
like
is. Sorry,
splat
my
and just
bad.
like go.
Yeah. Does anyone take any other? Obviously, you've got a fly speed at the moment.
I'm
so
there.
you're sitting easy.
So,
Thanks.
but is it an action to drop my dragon?
I think rules is written. It is an action to end poem. And so it's a concentration spell, isn't it?
It is.
Cool. Now you're fine. Then concentration you can drop as a free
Because
action.
then I can just
No action required, yeah.
So yeah, you can willingly drop that and return to your.
then I will do that and activate Fed Fall on everyone. So I can pick up to 5 creatures. So that's
Okay.
all
You
4 of
also
us plus your.
Oh, Familiar's not here.
Oh, is it?
As
It's a willing creatures.
as we all group
Oh, I
together.
believe it is willing creatures.
You
I
are
hate
choosing
it.
to be unwilling.
Oh, of course you are.
The
5
three of
falling
you
creatures.
slow
So
down.
it's not
As we all
So
group
he-
together.
Just leave a
fly
small
you're gonna have a
crater in the
moment
ground.
up in the air. Zahim or Zara, sorry, you fly through the air and plunge into the dirt.
And
into the
as we're
snow.
plunging into the dirt, she's just gonna be like, "Brother, let us be reborn once more."
With a horrible twisting of bones, you stand back up from the snow. Give me a wisdom save real quick.
Oh no.
SDI have pretty good wisdom saves, don't I? Yeah.
Are we still floating in the air?
18.
You're 60 feet a second, so you're not slowly.
I'm
sprinting,
eating.
but, sorry, 2 seconds.
Yeah.
With an 18,
It's like
My wisdom saves
it's
are
like
really
water
good.
fire.
we'll call that a pass. You don't develop a mechanical fear of falling, but that hurt a lot as you were falling.
I would, not quite knowing, don't have featherfall, have never been featherfalled. I'm just naturally graceful anyway because I'm a cat.
Yeah, of course.
And this is more like when I got stuck up a really tall tree and eventually jumped out the tree. So it's like not that scary. But she's a mushroom. And mushrooms don't do well from height. So I'm going to use my I thought so. I'm going to use my action to cast Enhance Ability Cat's Grace on the mushroom lady to make her slightly less mushroomy. I don't understand how featherfall works, so I'll just waste the spell slot.
You will drift down. Well, not only it's 60 feet around, so it's like sprinting speed, but you.
But you're
fall slow
feeling
enough, you
really
don't-
agile
Yeah.
for a mushroom.
After a moment or two, you join on the ground. 4 of you standing there.
Superhero.
It is probably minus 25. The winds are whipping around. It is freezing.
I shift weave into my winter clothing.
In an hour, those of you who don't have winter clothing are going to take a level of
I
exhaustion.
shift wing.
Yep.
Do you
Two
have
of
it?
Two of you have shift leave and declared winter clothing when we started.
I
Either
mean, we
in
don't have
level
to
four,
declare.
I declared this at the beginning.
I didn't
you did.
declare what my outfits were.
It's a very reasonable.
Yeah.
And like some male clothing and female clothing. There's a point why I have shift wing.
Yeah. It does not say from the fact that 2 of your party do not have sufficient winter clothing.
Yeah, that's okay.
Uh,
I am rocking the cold.
Can I take out my blanket? From
Well,
my
you have
adventure
fur.
gear?
yeah,
I
And
do
I'll
have fur.
wrap
I
it
don't
around
have that much fur.
Electric shoulders.
yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Anyone who wants to give me a survival check, try to determine where you are. Obviously, you
Yes.
will know where it is, but the characters don't quite yet.
21.
Amanita, you kind of passively go to reach your memories as you often would. There is no network here.
12.
This is beyond the borders of Europe. 12, you're somewhere cold.
I'm just grabbing at the ground trying to find
what check is
something.
This
Survival. Or
this
nature.
is, I don't know where we are,
so-
but this is not the arid frontier.
So I don't know.
You're not in Greenswood anymore.
And
Did I not
it-
know?
and it-
Oh no, sorry, 21. Yeah,
it's not the swampy place. It's somewhere else.
We're in
And
the
it's
winter
cold.
pact. She says, trying to dig her hands into the.
Your fingers get very cold just reaching. into
Why
it.
is it so bloody cold?
As you said it, you see.
I think that would be the snow. I've heard about it.
You are on a
I thought you
almost
read
dead,
books.
flat sheet of ice and snow. There is nothing around as far as you can see, except off in the distance you see 2 figures with a number of sleds and dogs.
Ah.
Dwarves by the look of
Elsa.
it. One of them seems to be carrying something that's giving off a soft note.
Let's see if they can help.
Yeah,
Start running.
flag them down.
Be careful!
I don't speak Dwarvish.
This is right after the
I don't speak
Christmas
either.
special, obviously. I don't think any of you
I
have taken
speak
Dwarvish,
giant.
which is really fun.
Oh no.
Yinnan speaks giant, so you'll be able to speak Yoke,
Yeah.
but I don't think any of you have Dwarvish.
Dwarves in this, they're all like short, right? Like
Yeah.
super short.
Yeah, stocky. They're still
Yeah.
medium
I
size.
gave Jin Draconic, so.
Oh,
So they're not
brilliant.
tiny.
Cool. So you and so the two of
Me
you
and
speak
my other
with
guy.
Jenin, just not in dwarf, but through
Yeah.
draconic and giant.
Yeah.
Wonderful. We're not going to do a big, lengthy
Yeah,
roleplay thing because I don't want to run those characters, and I don't want you two running both characters. I see no reason they wouldn't help Force Rangers.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to cast command. Help.
that works too.
I don't have language, but you
But
don't
they
need.
have additional
That's
food.
fine.
They have additional dogs. They know where they're
They've
going.
got 2 dead party members, or
They
3
have-
dead
they have
members.
so they have 2
Two.
dead party members,
And a dead king.
and the king's 2 bodyguards. So they have supplies for 5 more.
Excellent.
So you 4 make no difference to them.
Okay.
Amanita would probably pick up on the extra
I
rations. and
would.
be like,
I would say,
Interesting.
yeah. I think if we could ask that on the way back.
So that is
Like,
the one question.
Why
Yes.
are there two of you and so
Yeah.
much stuff so deep in the
Your rations betray memory of more party members.
Oh yeah, what she said.
That's-
Yeah.
I have 1 HP, so I did not want to fight them.
You also notice the hammer that the male dwarf is wielding is very clearly a artifact of significant power. It is made of solid light, glowing
Oh.
brightly.
Does it look like an artifact we might need? We're collecting artifacts.
Magic.
Yeah.
Do any of you speak Celestial?
Yes.
It says Celestial runes on it that have been struck through and replaced with dwarf runes in some places. You recognise that the Celestial runes on it read, they seem to be telling a story. Give me a history check, see how much of you can make out.
Can I summon a companion?
God.
I believe that
that
takes 10
is-
minutes, so you could, but it would be an odd time to do it.
That is 1.
That's a 1. Most of this is missing. It's really hard to tell what this is meant to be. It's like getting a book that's been waterlogged, sort of. Actually, tell you what it's like. It's like getting an origami crane and trying to read the page that it was made out of. It's chopped up. It's in the wrong order. The bits you make out is something about the creator, something about the first element, and something about clay.
And nothing.
Ooh. We lived!
You lived. Congratulations. Quite frankly, if a fall kills you at level 8, you meet with these two dwarves. They share with you their sleds and food for it's a 2-day journey. They explain to you where you are. It's a 2-day journey to
2
Dwarf.
days in this freaking cold?
2 days in this cold,
Jesus.
which would put you at 4 or 5 levels of exhaustion if you don't find a way to stay warm.
Yeah.
So you'll need
Flame
to.
shield is not going to do the trick.
No,
Lasts for 10 minutes.
no, 10 minutes is not going to do the trick.
Can you ask these people for furs or blankets or
You've already got my blanket, if you want it.
I'm very cold.
Blanket's an okay start.
That's something.
I mime
Mhm.
to these dwarves, shivering and then turning into a cat icicle, and
Mime turning into a cat icicle.
Yes.
What does that look like?
so you want actual acting? Yeah, Electra's performance.
Embody it.
Electra's performance skills are better than mine. Okay.
Electric can give a performance check. I'm just curious of
Oh no,
magicians.
there would be.
Oh yeah, it's worth advantage.
I think it's worth inspiration.
No, I think my other cleric character, who's about as good a cleric as this cleric character, would understand that.
Cleric.
So that's a 19 plus 8, I think. Just give me a second.
You communicate
It's a
the
been
idea
number.
across the language barrier quite successfully.
Performance, yeah, plus 8. So
they-
27.
They kind of gesture to and explaining giant and draconic that you're welcome to any of the kit left behind. Use an investigation check from the two of you as you go look for some codes.
Investigation.
Can I guidance?
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah, I can guidance too.
Oh, there you
So,
go. You can both roll with the d4.
Guidance works, not guidance.
so what are we doing?
So
20 minus 1 for
What
investigation.
is it?
So 19.
Investigation.
Investigation.
That'd be
With
good
the
for
19, you go through, you find what
Mm.
looks to be some sort of marshal's equipment. You go through, you find well-fitting coats, wasn't made for dwarves, it's made for probably a human at a guess, but will fit you well enough.
Yeah.
Wrap that around.
Oh no, it's
Definitely.
Duncan's coat.
It is in fact Sir Duncan Tools. Not exactly your style, but certainly works.
Okay.
27.
You look through.
Oh my god, you
Give
find
me
something
some
stylish.
Give me a history check.
History check.
As you go to one sled and start to look through, the make on the saddles here are of quite high quality, immediately obvious. Like,
25.
the clothing is like velium and mix fur and this sort of stuff. You see the crest of, you see a crest that you recognize immediately. These are the clothes of the king of the Winter Hat, the Dwarvish king. And with a 27 history, you know that to be of the Hammer. You know of the Jade Rebellion, you know of his banishment to Vorkum. He's effectively a king in exile with very little actual power, but this is the king's shit.
Yeah.
It's at this point that we'll do this not so much in roleplay, but just kind of loosely. What do you think Yaren and Elsa are revealing about what's happened out in the West?
Elsa would probably be upfront about what's happened.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Because she's pissed.
Cool. That's
So the Grinch came, and he was meant to be on our side, and we had to take the king, and we had to babysit him, and then all this stuff happened. Not quite clear precisely what. Anyway, the king ended up falling into a big hole. The guy who used to wear that coat tried to save him, pushed him out the way, fell in the hole. He was like hanging out with us, and then the Grinch killed everybody off and took it, and so he's dead, and the king's dead, and yeah, that might be a problem because we said we wouldn't lose him.
Yeah,
and we've definitely lost him. She would be as upfront as Electra, and is pissed at getting betrayed.
Yeah.
Can I add something as you said that? As you're talking about the dead king, Amanita would absolutely look at Electra and say, "Speaking of dead leaders," and she'll gesture towards the staff that you're holding.
Yeah, you have the staff of Quaxi.
Yeah, I've got this stick. Yeah. Oh, do you want me to tell them? They can't understand me. I don't speak Dwarf. So I can tell you. Yeah, I think it's Claxy's.
May I?
Are you going to take it away? Because the last time I had something, I had a rose from like that dude who I did bets with.
They both know who Quaxi is.
Well, they've heard the name Claxy then, because I don't think they speak whatever random language that we're speaking.
Yo.
I would be speaking in your head if they're still working, but I'm not sure.
They will still work, they'll just have a much more limited range.
Oh. Yeah, Electra's not so good at that. Okay. I think it's probably more likely she's got, oh yeah, Claxy, and then you've got and spores linked about her complete indiscretion. So they have no idea what we're saying about Claxy, but it's something about Claxy. Oh yeah, in the head. Yeah, I don't know how she got in, because like, where did she go? She didn't come through the bathroom.
No.
How did she get in? Anyway. Are you going to take it away? Because the last time you looked at something that I'd got, you took it away and smashed it. And that wasn't very nice.
Is the staff plexi size still?
Oh yeah, it's huge. It's
so like any of us holding it would not really be viable.
It would be, no, it would work.
I'm like
it's quite thin and.
Oh, I didn't say she's quite thin. I thought it was quite like a rugged, gnarly tree branch.
No, it's gorgeous.
No, it's solid metal and gold, and the top has a bunch of interconnected rings.
It's shiny.
Oh no, I'm picking up the other
druids.
Yeah.
That
This
thing's
is
like a big clock.
Clax is tall, but
do you have
not
an image of it? Just for my
Clax's staff?
It's
I should have one
shiny.
somewhere. Let me quickly go.
Does it have a spell that can keep us warm for 2 days?
I've now got lots of stuff.
Amanita would say,
This is the druid. This is not the staff you have. This is the other staff.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah,
and
no,
I was
it's not that one.
She's
Yeah,
like
and
8
she's
foot tall or
half
something.
giant, so
Yeah. I was like,
her staffs are unwieldable by
Wall of
any
Fire?
characters. It's in the PowerPoint that's gone missing.
"Oh, I've got it on here."
Oh, you've got it on there? Oh,
Fireball,
can you send me a copy of my own thing? 'Cause it seems to have vanished.
flaming sphere. It's got some.
This is Claxy.
There you go.
Well, she's not a human; she's a raven.
oh, I see.
This is the new.
You've got
Flaming spear would
What,
work
the
for
art
as
that
long
I've
as it
started?
lasts.
Okay.
Yeah,
The art's awesome.
I haven't done much more. I've only got a bad photo of it.
I mean, I'll take bad photos.
I started doing art of Claxy, and that's what I assumed.
I've got Ice Storm.
Something like that.
Is that helpful?
Make it cool.
It's not good.
It's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, big
Art
golden stuff.
is one of those things that like
I don't.
it doesn't matter what you think. Sorry, even if it's your art, it's like
Yeah.
what everyone else thinks.
And
And we think it's good, so
Yeah,
it's good.
it's
Okay,
okay.
I thought that was
handling
good.
this that it is incredibly
It's good.
good.
Okay.
Art is in the
So
eye
even
of
if you
the
think
stuff
it's bad,
is very
it's
light.
light.
At least half as light. as
Okay,
you think it is.
I mean,
would
it's
go-
not Sonic before the change.
I would
think
really like to keep it. Please don't break it. And then I would let
Or teleport like
Amanita.
that to a bitch.
Then I would let Amanita have a look at the stuff.
And I'll say, you have my word on the heart of my mother, who is now dead, but that doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, and then she'd get overexcited and
Mission.
look at these guys and go,
Unnecessarily.
before we fell out the sky, Claxy's alive, and she looks like way younger. She was quite pretty before she became like an uber bitch. Yeah,
Okay.
I thought I'd just tell you that.
Archeon,
Yeah.
you feel a pull to your left pocket.
Ooh.
Okay.
Something that kind of
Oh,
mentally,
yeah.
your hand
Oh
kind of
no!
wanders
The
towards
rings.
there.
Oh no!
So you have 2 rings on it.
Oh no!
You see, one of them is sort of pale copper, the other a bright gold.
Yeah, okay, so I'll pull it out and have a look. Can I try and make a check?
Yeah,
Actually,
you can make a check.
before I do that, can I just quickly ask if Union's going to be offended by me wearing his king's clothes?
The king's clothes won't fit you. He was a dwarf, tall dwarf, but still dwarf.
Bits.
The bear, however, the other
okay.
interval, you
Oh,
find
yeah.
clothing from him that will fit
that Union
a
beat in an arm
tall.
wrestling contest.
That he beat in an contest. The king, he kind of points you towards the bear's equipment, and you can
Okay,
find
cool.
some coal there. So you're all kitted up for the cool.
Okay, sweet. Alright, so
I'm
what
gonna
check do you want me to
identify
do to
stuff.
figure out what these rings do?
You can do an Arcana check, or you can burn a spell slot for identify if that's a thing you have.
I'm gonna do it on the stuff.
I do not have identify,
That's fine.
so I'll do an Arcana check.
Yeah, it's probably just how to use them. Cool. It's a staff of the mage, right?
So
Um,
22.
Wonderful. What
Rolling
you
really
have
well.
here are a ring of necromancy resistance. That's the copper one.
Yeah.
Not much beyond that. And what you then have are another 2 elemental artifacts: the ring of divinity and the staff of divinity. The staff being obviously the staff of the
Oh my
magi.
god!
This is the pillar of creation. Is the name for that one? The staff. And the ring of mind shielding will also give you immunity to radiant damage if you're attuned to it.
Oh.
Attuned and wearing it.
Can I try to attune to it on the
You
right?
can indeed. The other thing you learn from that Arcana check is that you being a wizard, you would have heard of these things. That the ring of mind shielding, back when they were very popular before the fall of magic and all that sort of thing. You understand that most likely Claxy is alive in this ring, in a manner of speaking. And as you start to attune them, you start to get these impressions of the last kind of moments of that fight, the spirit guardians raging around you, her, it's a little unclear, and then that fatal, the blows from the Lich, and that final land, which I think was from the dragon?
Yeah, it was.
I think you got the last attack from Claxy, not
No, you
terribly.
I wasn't the
fireballed
dragon.
her. You fireballed her.
Fireball, that's what it
Fireball,
was.
yeah.
Yes. And that
Because it was
last
killing her
fireball
was what allowed me to turn to a dragon again.
Yeah, that's right. And then as you attune to the ring, you don't hear her voice so much as you kind of feel a presence. Do you put the ring on? You will need to put this on to gain the immunity. It'll work as a ring of and the mind shield. It'll
I
work
won't
as the
put it on now, but I'll be ready to put it on if I go with battle.
mechanically. This will work as a ring of mind shielding without you having to wear it.
Okay.
You just need a tune on your person, and then when you wear it, you'll get immunity, and also you'll be able to speak with the accent.
So yeah, so I'm thinking it's kind of like the
Oh.
like Frodo, like when he
Little
puts it on, gets the invisibility, but he's also getting closer and closer to Sauron.
Yeah.
Let's
The
not
staff works
have it
just as
on
a staff for the mage.
I will
It's
hand it.
powerful enough already.
I'm going to check to our two
Not my
companions.
answers.
Do our two companions actually speak any languages?
None that you share, I believe. double check what Elsa speaks, but I don't think so.
I can cast comprehend languages on you.
No, I'm afraid.
Do you really
Please
want to
do.
speak?
Yes.
Would you ask Amanita?
Yes.
I will. I'll
Does
cast
anyone
it.
know how I can speak with these two?
Here, you may speak.
Okay.
Just pause in your head.
I'm assuming under comprehend languages they would have told us about the king.
Yeah, if you cast on command, they share that information, the story, the ghosts, the Frostling mission, all of that.
I
I'm going to turn
am.
around to them and say, Brother, what do you think the people are going to say when we appear with the king's robes when we go back to town?
And Klax's stuff.
Oh, Klax's staff's not as
That
important.
probably won't be
Yeah.
ID'd as easily here. It is.
Okay.
It is just a staff. It's not quite as iconic. Someone who's like well versed and well-minded might be able to notice who
Like
it
a
is.
member of the Divine Church, maybe?
Maybe.
Or if I walked into the Green Good
Would
Council.
they have explained
That
like
they
how
definitely
important this guy was and
Oh,
like
yeah.
how respected he was?
Archeon also got a 27 on a history check or something like that. So Archeon would have also explained to
Okay.
the party.
Then Zahim would
This
respond.
guy's a big deal.
Yes. Us destroying someone like that would be not good for our reputation. Klaxi, on the
Tackles
other
the
hand,
brain.
needed to die. So they would turn to these two and be like, "What are you planning to say when we get back?"
I'm going to leave that to you. Again, I promise you won't be running two characters for this whole session, but
Yeah,
what
right.
do you think? What would their choice?
We do not want the blame pinned on us.
Um,
We will leave you and into the town later if need be.
Honesty is always the best policy.
What was your plan? What was their plan? Like, they were heading back before we rocked up.
yeah, they've had 2 days to think of something clever.
Why don't we, like, say thanks for the ride and, like, hop off
That's
on the
kinda what I was
outskirts of
thinking.
town and go,
For another
see
day.
ya,
You
thanks
certainly
for the
could-
ride.
They would have a map on them. The problem they would show you is that from where you are, so
Yeah.
they've got. There's it. It could be done. Here's the problem: you have got 4 days rations. Wolfram is 2 days away. The nearest other town is 5 days away. So it could be done. You'd be, however, if you got delayed by another day or even 2 days, you'd be looking at a very difficult to survive
What
situation.
I'm suggesting
Yeah,
is that
so
we
like on the
when
outskirts
we're
of the
a day
city.
out.
No, less
let's-
than that. Less
or
like
like
an
half a
hour
day.
out. Half an hour out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, let's just like have a night's rest or something, and then go on the day after the news is broken.
Certainly something you could
Yeah.
do. You'll have some other explaining to do of what the hell you've just come from the wastes where nothing exists or lives. What are you doing? But that's probably an easier explanation than, hey, I've rocked up with the last.
We
big
pissed
sword
off a
king."
wizard
Yeah.
somewhere in.
Yeah, you can tell the
I
truth.
kinda
There's a lot
don't
of
wanna,
other
like-
options.
Truthish.
Like
Truth
leave
adjacent.
one place that everyone hates
actually,
us,
it probably
and
would
go
be
to
easier
another
to
place where
explain
everyone
to
hates
us.
us.
Everyone hates us. Let's just
Because
embrace
they
it.
might just be like them. Because people might just assume that we just ambush the king and help them assassinate.
Could be. It's hard to tell
So
exactly
we
what the
might be
goes.
better off rolling in separate. But I do think we should go into the town, and we'd be closer than we normally would have been to like where the like rot you were saying is occurring
Yeah.
in our work. So we might as well start
Definitely.
investigating that situation.
I don't think we should enter the walls of the town with these guys. I think we should maybe leave the king's stuff
So
and
you-
let them go and do their thing,
One thing.
and
So you
find a cave to
travel
camp
along
in
with these
for.
two dwarven companions
Yeah.
for a full day's travel. Get into the next night. Travel for another, 3/4 of a day. It's getting to the afternoon. You start setting up camp. Probably 3-4 hours out from the city.
Along that
do wild
journey,
travel.
along that journey, what sort of vegetation is around?
No.
Is there a zero plant life at all?
You are
Or-
in the far north of Anarch. You
Mm.
are in flat, icy wastes all around you.
So there is nothing Emily that could.
There is
at all.
nothing out here that you can connect with.
Did you
This
want me
is-
to connect to anything?
This is known
Yes.
as the wastes for a reason.
You can ask me.
The giants make a
Who wants
living
to
out of
check
here.
his email?
and a few other monsters.
I want to see if you get like
But that's
corruption
about
immediately as soon as you touch something else.
Yeah.
So like the first time,
Suspicious
what I'll talk to
turns
Amanita on our
evil.
journey, I'll be like, hey, like,
In fact, anyone who wants to give me a survival check, see if you can find some vegetation.
and I'll
on your way.
explain
20.
my vision as we were flying through the air, and be like, hey, it'd be really interesting if you tried to communicate with plants and see if they're infected.
You're rolling well tonight.
What? Sorry, what check was this?
Survival.
Gotta roll one character.
21.
Traveling along, you find a mostly dead bush. It's got like 2 or 3 dying brown leaves on it. It's about ye high. It's kind of poking out the tops of it.
I'll be like, what do you want me to do?
Just see if there's any traces of what we noticed in Greenskin. And
Pine Watch?
I watched.
Do you think the Sisterhood communicates through plants?
No, I think you can communicate with plants, and the roots tried to destroy everything in sight when we were back in Pine Watch. You
I
may
was
find
playing with
nothing.
I'll cast speak with plants.
Because I wouldn't actually know them?
Yeah.
I thought that would be common knowledge. Like, the sisterhood just, like, talks with roots.
Do you think all
That's probably-
plants are the
that's
same,
probably-
do
yeah,
probably the
you? You
common-
think we all are the same?
Yeah, like, we
Yeah.
don't know much more than they speak with roots.
I'm a
or something,
mushroom.
you know?
Thank you very much.
I will cast speak with plants.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Speak with plants. You also, I hope you haven't, but you haven't got a long rest already.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can take a
Yeah.
short rest through the days
I'm
of travel,
tracking my
but
spell
no.
points.
Long
I thought
rest.
that.
I've got 19 spell points left.
Short rest. We get a short rest? This is exciting.
What level speak with plants?
Yeah, I think so. I've got an innately.
Oh, cool.
Dude.
That's what I thought.
I should use all my hit die, because reasons.
You reach out to this plant. There is a whisper of consciousness left in it. It is mostly very dead.
I reach for the consciousness.
Why did my hit die not?
This, if there is anything of the network in this plant stands alone.
Okay.
Which is odd in and of itself, but also you are in Arctic wasteland, so it's difficult to say.
Okay, can I try and reach out any further, or draw any information from this plant about...
It can be a flat wisdom check.
17.
You confirm what the two dwarves you may have told you, the location you're in Stormbound. You kind of orient yourself a little bit in a way that probably the sisterhood would use more than them. The network is not present. That's what you learned from it.
And, yeah, I'll say to... Is it Zahim or Zara? In control.
Well, it's been a couple of days. Let me just...
Whoever's in control, I'll say,
Zahim.
the network does not spread its roots this far north. I am not used to.
That night, can I just get a luck check from
Sad.
everyone to see who's on watch when something happens?
14.
14, 17,
70.
6.
Mm.
Wonderful. Here's the thing. It could be considered lucky or unlucky to be on watch at the time. So, I think 19 was the highest.
Mine.
Between the two of you, who wants to be on watch when this happens?
I can be watching.
Archeon,
I'm totally not on watch. I'm asleep.
sled set out,
You're watching
tents
the
off the
big
side of them, big, what can be close to a fire in the middle. Probably you can do some magic to sustain that a little bit better, because it's pretty hard to find firewood out here. You can see far to the south, on the distance, you can see the mountains that Verfrum is built inside of.
Keyword mountains?
No, Keyword Mountains are a bit further south.
Oh, we're in...
Viewfrom is up there. I don't have them marked on end of the map. But, so that's to the south. To the east, you can see a smaller ridge of almost hills, quite a bit closer to you. And there's a light twinkling on there. First, it looks almost like just an illusion or a trick of the snow or something, but you see that it absolutely and most definitely is some sort of glowing light. It's a little bit like a star to start with, then give me a perception check with these. As you start to realize it's not the light of a star.
That that'll be a 1.
but looks more like the light of the moon. You can see the moon above you in a different part of the sky, bright and full, and then also on the side, a little other circular light, something like the moon, glowing brighter and brighter.
Have a look around to see if else is still around.
Yeah, the two dwarven companions are still around. Give me a survival check.
11.
You feel a little unsteady, but it's not entirely clear why. It's almost like, I don't know if you've ever been on an elevator that starts moving and you're not quite sure if you're going up or down. It's a little something like this, this uneasiness. Do you do anything? You can go back to
No,
it.
for now I'm just going to sit and stare
For
at
sure.
it. Just be a little bit more on it.
Gonna wake anyone?
No, because I don't know if it's a dangerous.
Frostling nonsense.
So the numbers. Lovely.
Stephanie 2 5.
Can I please get everyone to roll initiative? Is anyone immune to being surprised? through
Yes.
various bullshit?
Unless
The
blind
entire
is-
party is.
Oh,
That's a
right.
lot of dice.
If they're within 30 feet of me, yes. Because my little glowy scythy scythe just like a.
Oh, because it's a scythe.
Oh,
of
Scythe of Warning. Lovely.
I'm asleep, so I'm like, now totally surprised.
Please wake up.
Like, seriously. I'm thinking I should have used more
In
hit
that
dice.
case,
I mean,
you
the
can travel
question
to 3 days,
is,
you absolutely
you
can.
know,
Let
if
me know
someone's
you summon
asleep.
It'll be the sage again.
the sage. What's your initiative, Devin?
My initiative was. Hang on, where did I did roll that dice. Where did it go? I was 10. Hang on, do I get a advantage? I do. Just 14.
14.
Yeah, the exact wording is any of your companions within 30 feet can't be surprised except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep.
Something other than
Non-magical sleep.
Hang on. Incapacitated by something other than non-magical
Non-magical
sleep.
Yeah.
So not asleep? Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it just means if you're asleep, it's fine, but anything else.
Yeah, if it's
That's
like
weird.
magical sleep,
That's
yeah.
way
That's
too
the
many
way
names.
words,
But anyway.
yeah.
Cool. So yeah, so it works in this instance.
It magically awakens you.
Wonderful. And what was that initiative? Sorry, 16,
14.
14. Electra,
6.
6.
God.
Nice.
Let's see who's
Amanita?
actually
19.
19. Nice. And Archeon, what's your initiative?
6.
6 as well. Nice. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting one.
Well, because we're already half spent. So.
Okay, I've never actually done short rest. How do you get the hit dice, or do we just roll?
No, my hit dice didn't work when I clicked roll hit dice.
Yeah,
it didn't
it's
actually.
not
yeah.
working.
There you go. You might just need to roll them manually, I'm afraid. Or you can use the on-screen.
I don't even know if the like short rest went through or not. I assume it did.
You probably don't have any short rest features as a paladin.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine didn't work either, so I just did it.
I wonder if they just have a bug.
Weird.
20.
The short rest still made a big difference because I can recover it.
Mm.
So I still got a couple of points.
25 plus a source.
All right.
40. Not bad. Respectable. What kind of music are we feeling?
Disastrous.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh!
Chase.
How about we go with
Chase
like
sequence? I've got a
frolicking
playlist
through
for
the
that.
meadows? What
Got a
about what
playlist
about?
for that?
Can,
If you
can
want
we
some
do that?
dissonance, that could be fun. So,
The Grinch is back.
Dun, dun, dun.
the Grinch is back. That's
No, it's just his talisman that like
Oh yeah, we
by
found
itself. It's got a mind of its own. It's just trying to like kill someone else.
Zara. I'm gonna say because the rest of them are asleep and in kind of their own tents next to the cold, you'll get a round. You'll get a round of action. Then what would be the surprise round will trigger, and whoever you've woken up will not be affected by that.
Wait, isn't he the one that's weak?
You're on watch, so you're
Oh,
awake.
you're on
as well.
okay. So,
But while you're on watch and you see this strange light, and that's kind of going, you're feeling well easy, but not entirely sure what. In your tent, your scythe of warning, bright glowing light, kind of harmonious song, wailing sound, whatever you care for. You wake up, something is very wrong.
Okay.
I have attuned in our time since I knew what it was to the staff.
Oh yeah, I get
Yeah, you're welcome to attune to any items. That's so you've got the staff, the Magi.
Yeah.
Do you have the ring of necrotic resistance on?
Yeah.
Cool. There's no reason
I'll put
not to wear.
Are you going
put
to
both
attune
on
to
as you're on
Ring of
watch?
Stem, or
We'll
Well,
have-
as
do you wanna
what?
keep it?
do you put it on? So we'll do putting it on.
I'll
the
definitely
first
have the
one,
necrotic one on, but I think it's like as
As you have that, and
my
he's
first
kind of
round
like
of battle.
holding it ready to
yeah.
for something. To
Oh
go.
my
Good
god.
fun.
That's a great time to...
Scythe of Warding goes off. Something is wrong. You wake up. Give us a
Okay.
survival check. See if you can work out what this.
You've got +2 to it.
Got +2.
Yeah.
That's 21.
The ground is vibrating up and down ever so slightly, and it's getting more.
Does the ground feel like it's like is this like an earthquakey thing where you might be able to feel that it's coming from one direction, or is it just everywhere and you can't really tell?
It seems to be everywhere. The fact that it's getting more intense means something's building, or possibly with a 23, something's getting closer.
Sorry, I just had an idea of what this could be.
You've got an action. We've got a round of actions. What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna wander out and say,
Hey, that looks familiar.
why the fuck am I awake right now? Because Sahim is Sahim.
Yeah.
And he's just mad. Like, if there's some like a fire in the middle of our tents,
Yeah,
he should like
absolutely.
look kicking the embers, like making a
Give us a
noise.
perception check as you do it.
And remember, I have my cloak on that can see 120 feet dark vision.
Yep.
Perception was
Okay,
shit.
see.
What's the advantage from?
I see that he's.
Yeah, you see.
Sight only. Is this a perception on sight?
This is a perception on sight.
I'm so glad I get advantage on that. But it's still not much better. 12.
12? I'm afraid 12 won't do it. You again see that
+2.
this
14.
14, 15?
Oh no, 14.
14, I'm afraid 14 won't quite cut it, but you see, again, you've got the mountains to the south, you know, to the Dwarf, but to the east, on this row of hills, probably 500 feet away, you again see this reflection of the moon. And with a 14, you can't make out any detail, but you see what looks to be a figure underneath this light.
Interesting. I'm going to get out my blunderbuss
Mm-hmm.
and be like, "Get up, you lout! Something's going on."
Wonderful. So draw weapon is going to be your bonus action for this. The check and the weapon draw will be your bonus action. You've got an action of thing if you want to take it. If you want to do anything.
I'm just going to hold it until. Actually, what trigger?
Yeah, what's the trigger
if
and what are you holding?
my blunderbuss.
Oh, cool, an attack action.
If someone is damaged within the party
Wonderful.
by someone that is not in the party, like
Yeah.
including the 2 extras
Sorry, including the 2 extras as people in the party, or
in the party.
wonderful. You stand there, blunderbuss out. Archeon, your party teammate seems to be on edge. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, well, I heard what you said,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm already feeling uneasy, so I'm thinking, okay. So, are we going to go to battle, you reckon? Right, then I'll throw off my coat,
Mm-hmm.
activate flame shield,
Mhm.
fire shield, or whatever.
Golfed in fire.
Just like melting. Do you just sink into the ground? As you
a little
know?
bit of steam rising up from the snow at your feet.
It almost looks Super
And then I'm
Saiyan
gonna-
because of
and
the
then I'm gonna
steam,
put
like
on-
convection current. Just
As you have that steam rising up, you look and you see the snow on the ground is vibrating up and down noticeably from the rest shaking out around you. And you put the ring on, you put immune to radiant damage, and you hear in your mind, for someone with as astute magical capabilities as you have, you seem to be a little bit unobservant.
Okay.
At that point, you see a flash of light.
Am I aware
from
that
the
that's
hills.
classy?
It's definitely classy. You would have known from studying this over the last couple of days that
Shut up,
she
bitch!
is away from that. Huge flash of light from the figure on the hills. The surprise round would trigger because of your item, because you've warned everybody. Those who beat the initiative of this thing will have some time to act first. And then Nita,
Yes.
You are woken up to the sound of Zaheen yelling.
Mhm.
Something's wrong. You've got turn,
I'm
would
straight
you like
paladin
to-
things, just
Can I
warning
try
everyone,
and,
protecting them.
Perceive exactly what is going on.
Yeah, you pop out of your, pack out of your tent.
Yeah.
Give us a perception check.
Same on both dice. That's going to be a 27.
27. You see the figure on the hill is someone. History checks. If you know who this person is, you see this ghostly four-armed
Oh,
woman.
1 and a 2!
What?
Oh
That
my
is
god. That's still going to be a 13.
13, I'm afraid, won't quite cut it. You can tell they're a frostling of some sort. They are this this quite large, wide dress, light around them, 4 arms, as they seem to have cast a very powerful spell.
Yeah.
As they, you see, they cast the spell, they look
that who
towards
you
you, and then just kind of sink back under the
That was
hills.
my theory about what we're doing.
Action at all from you.
So I can
At
see
this point, the ground is At this point, the ground is shaking so much you don't need to check to tell what's going on. Something is
something is coming
something is shaking
under the ground. Can I use... I think I've got enough to cast it. I just need to see how much it costs.
Do you roll initially
Yeah,
for
I've got
unit as well?
I did.
Oh, I need to roll for my...
Unfortunately, they don't speak the language
Oh, no, they
that
don't.
he is calling out.
Ah.
So they're going to be caught in the surprise.
Can I stone shape the ground underneath me?
Unfortunately, it's ice, not stone.
Oh, of course.
So water shape would do the trick, but stone shape will not.
I've got shaped water. Could
That will
shape
indeed.
water beneath me and whoever? Could I...
That'll give you 5 foot.
Yeah.
So you can do
So
it
just
beneath
one
you.
person?
When you say shape the ground beneath you, what are you looking
Turn
at?
it to solid so nothing can burst through underneath me.
You turn the snow that you're standing on, you compact it down to ice.
Yeah.
You see that it doesn't flare as much, but snow all around is shaking. You see the tent starting to sink into it slightly. That's an action.
Would I be able to just contact Electra to wake her up?
Yep. You should already be awake from the yelling.
Yeah, I'm
she's
sort
already
of. I'm awake. I'm not desperately happy about it. Yeah.
All right, then I'll bardic inspiration, Zahim.
Lovely. You don't see. Yin has their surprised turn, and then you see the ground explodes near the campsite. Snow shooting high up into the air as a great pale worm
I knew it.
explodes from the ground. A titanic creature. Its mouth 20 feet circular. Its body longer than you could conceive as it just explodes out of the ground. This is a very bad fight.
Yeah, this is
This is
bad.
beyond us.
The
Shit.
3 of you who are up, give me a survival check if you want to.
Everyone
You
add
can do
plus
nature if
2.
you prefer.
22.
22,
25.
25,
Oh, 27, sorry.
27 ridiculous. I will tell you this is a CR 15 creature. Purple worms are very
Bad.
very bad news.
Really bad.
Fighting this would be a challenge when you're at your full strength and might. Fighting it now would be near impossible.
Yeah, we need to run.
It bursts out of the ground. You see it launches up in the air and back down towards, taking out the tent where
These are
Yin
bad.
and Elsa were staying.
They're dead?
As it just flies back into the ground. They might survive. I'm about to roll damage, but I don't like
Oh,
You just killed my
You can't
one
just kill
shot
our
weevil.
PCs like that.
You can, because
I seem
it's
to have killed
Stormbound.
both of your PCs like that.
And now we have to tell about the thing.
we worked
Oh.
so hard to survive that shit.
Do we have to tell them?
Oh, he would have eaten the fucking bloody hammer too.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
As the worm is crashing down, you see
Ride the worm.
a bright light flash from underneath the snow. It's unclear what exactly has happened. The worm's body flying through the air in a big arch before its tail comes up and goes underground. Someone here rolled a 27 on a nature check.
Survival.
The sisterhood you have met, the sisterhood have memories of how these things hunt.
Yep.
They jump out the ground like a shark, attack something, come back down. They're going to do that again.
Yep.
Anytime.
And Amanita will say, that thing will be back, we need to run.
You've got your held action if you want to take a shot at it.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, okay.
Let's blunderbuss it.
Yep, going for a blunderbuss attack.
16 to hit.
You fire your blunderbuss, but it does not penetrate its thick hide.
Yeah, just bad shit. Electra doesn't have to be told twice.
Mhm.
She is getting on a dog sled.
Mm-hmm.
Come on!
Wonderful. So, purple worms have a speed of 50 feet.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Dogs, if they're dashing, have a speed of 60, so you can stay ahead of it. The problem is, however, you need to use an action to get the dogs to take their dash, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if you want to do anything other than run, you'll start to lose ground to this thing quite quickly.
Yeah.
As it is effectively on top of you.
Oh, I have an idea.
Zahim, that's then your turn. So I'm going to assume the other question then is: do you pack up your shit, or do you just get on a dog sled and start running?
Can I?
What would be? Sorry, do you want to?
Is that okay?
Yeah.
I was just going to ask a mechanical question.
Yeah.
Would I know, because I got that 27, that these creatures hunt by vibration or something? Is there any kind of...
You'd know if that was a thing, but it just simply isn't.
Okay.
They have what's called life sense.
Right, okay, cool. Well, yeah, I guess I was asking mechanically, tremor sense.
Oh, wonderful. So mechanically, they have the 60 foot of tremor sense. You would know these ones, which are Arctic variety, also have heat sense.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
I'm not going to waste something then.
Which means that
Making a fire shield was the worst thing I could have.
I was going to do
done.
Earth.
So here's how the worm attack is going to work. Because it won't one hit you quite, but it will be damn close, especially for any of you who didn't use all your hit dice to heal.
Yeah.
You're going to roll a luck check on the worm's turn to see whom it targets. Anyone who uses fire is going to have disadvantage, I'm afraid. Because it is heat sense. You can end that spell on your turn and you won't have the disadvantage for that.
I will be.
But that is a choice you're going to have to make.
Okay.
At the moment, though, Zahim, your turn. What would you like to do?
This is...
Staring at this thing, I'd just be like, oh, what the fuck? And I...
Oh, sorry, other really important thing. The dogs all around that kind of probably stay in their sledding gear are all up and freaking out. So you'll need an animal handling check to get them.
I'm
to
going
stop.
to look around and see if we were to just book it, what would we leave behind?
You'll lose. The biggest thing you'll be losing is like rations and water and that sort of stuff.
And how far out are we?
Only half a day's trip.
Okay.
So not a
Okay,
big
so
issue.
not a big issue.
Presumably your pack has most of your stuff. You've got your weapons in your hand. None of you wear armor. Or sorry, you wear armor, but you have that brawling weapon, so you could have chucked that on really quickly. So not anything big. It's
Okay,
just if you
well, I'm gonna
for
attempt to
some
get these
reason
dogs
end up
moving.
in the nest.
Alright.
Wonderful. What's your approach? You got a
Okay.
sled, bunch of dogs tied up to it.
Okay.
How do you want
I would like to
Mhm.
basically tell everybody to hurry the fuck up and
Mhm.
do some animal handling, and I'd like to hold an action
Mm-hmm.
to cast Flaming Sphere
Mm.
60 foot away
Okay.
once we start moving.
Awesome. I will chuck that with disadvantage. I'll roll disadvantage luck check for this flaming sphere, see if the worm goes to it instead.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So
That's your turn.
at a sort of rocky outcrop,
Yep.
60 foot in the opposite direction.
No, love it, love it.
Okay.
So that's what.
Come on!
Zahim.
But I'm not actually doing anything helpful with the dogs because they're dogs.
Yes.
Well, I don't need to eat, drink, or breathe, so I don't need any rations, but I don't know
Cool.
about anyone else.
What will happen is you'll get a point of exhaustion when you rock into the city. That will be the questions for the day.
Is that the only stuff that's there?
Pretty much. The rest of your stuff, I'm assuming you keep in your pack.
We can all
which you
eat the
just
mushrooms off my
grab in
clothing,
like
it's
a
fine.
food
Alright,
object.
we're
We'll just eat yous. I mean, what?
You'll lose like your tent. You'll probably lose your adventurer's kit if you have it. You'll lose your torches. You'll lose your rope. You'll lose your rations. That sort of bits and
the
pieces,
hammer?
but very easily replaceable.
I've got a boat.
So the hammer, you
So
don't
we're
know where it
okay.
is.
Who says it?
I'm gonna animal handling check these dogs.
Yeah.
Right.
Give us
And
an
just
animal
be
handling.
like,
Add
You're
two
up
to it.
next, yeah.
come on, you
Plus 4.
lout. So I'm just like grabbing these things.
Plus 4 for guidance?
Yeah.
Can I? Yeah?
That's an action though.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm
So you
holding my
can't do
action.
that and claim it.
Yeah.
You get the
Hold
Sage's
my action.
counsel.
9.
Now I'm afraid you get 2 of the
Is that
6
with the
dogs,
+2?
but not enough of them to get the sled going. You kind of pull on the things, get them going like that. Bonus action for that. Your action at all you still have. You can do that for another go at the dogs, or you can do something else.
Can I just... Can I untether the dogs
Mm-hmm.
and say, follow me, we're getting away from here? Like, as if they're going to follow, but hopefully when everyone follows, they'll just head this way, and I'm just going to book
I'm
it
with
in
you
that
if you
direction.
want to live.
On foot,
On foot.
you can do that. Yeah.
And hope the dogs catch up.
So the dogs have double the speed you do.
We want the sled.
That's what I mean. I want them to come, but I want like another turn. I'm just gonna like whistle next turn. And go,
I'll allow.
I've got 2 dogs that
You,
want to come
uh,
with me.
you- So do you unhook the dogs or anything, or
They'd still be attached to
No.
the sled,
uh-huh.
but I'm gonna unpin them from the ground so that they can just travel
okay,
freely.
yeah, for sure. So
Yeah, yeah.
that sled's ready to go. Just means the dogs do it, and then
Yeah.
you just start booking it.
And I'm gonna look at the 2 that clearly like want to book it and be like,
Yeah,
I'm
for
just
sure.
gonna book it. And I guess I can dash as well. So I'm gonna go like 1 full round equivalent of like what the sled would do, maybe.
Yeah. So
Is that dashing?
your speed is 30. The speed sled is 60.
So I'll get 60 feet.
You'll get 60 feet lower, so you'll keep pace with them for the next move. Wonderful. Archeon, that's you.
Alright, so
Yeah, so I'm holding
I'm
until the
dropping
ground
the fire
starts
shield.
moving. Sorry,
Mhm.
as
first,
a
I'm dropping the fire shield.
Yep.
What kind of action economy is it going to take for me to go have a look at where those guys got mashed and see if I can find
There's
them?
currently just a big old hole in the ground, 15 foot wide.
And I saw bright
You
light
saw
coming
bright
from
light
that
of some
hole.
sort. Yeah.
I'd like to run up to the hole and have
Yep.
a look.
You use half a movement to get towards the hole where the worm just came from.
Mhm.
Give me a perception check.
That's a nat 20.
With a 20, you see through a sheet of ice lying at the bottom of the hole like a mirror reflects you along, and you see the mouth of the worm as it's going through, and you see that the hammer has become lodged in its teeth along the side of its mouth.
Don't get ideas.
Get ideas.
I don't know. Maybe
I'm
he-
going to
maybe he
transform into
can-
my dragon now.
Incredible.
Can you take a photo?
Do you have the spell
and-
slot?
Yeah, you've done it twice.
Wild.
Yeah, I got arcane recovery, so I got 6
Yeah,
points.
awesome. Yeah, you.
Can you
turn
take a
into your dragon
photo
form.
of him and go, "This is the thing that killed your king"?
I actually,
We
I
have
only
salvaged
turned
his
into it
hammer.
once. I turned into a Tyrannosaurus Rex the first time,
And then a dragon.
and then
Oh,
a
yeah.
dragon.
Yeah.
So it is still the same thing.
Yeah. But yeah, you polymorph dragon. Absolutely. What's the speed of dragon? Is it 50 foot?
It
Is it
is
80 foot? Something insane.
80 foot fly.
Wow. Cool. You're good. Pretty much. The rest of them is
Just
still
Yeah,
up.
that's the
Carry
thing. I was like, I just want to pick everyone up,
Yeah.
but I want to try to grab that thing out of its mouth.
Yeah. Electra,
Yes,
you hold to cast the fire.
yes.
You doing anything
I
with
haven't
your
had-
movement? So you had a turn before the worm.
Oh,
and you'll
yeah,
have
yeah.
another
Okay,
before
yeah.
it.
Sorry.
No,
The worm rolled initiative.
I'm on this sled.
Mhm.
He's booking it off.
Yep.
I
Just
might,
on foot.
I might tokenistically, I don't know, use bonus action / movement to go. No, seriously, dogs, come on.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe can I get? I don't know. Can I get Colossus
To lead the sleds.
Yeah, time and
to speak to them encouragingly, like motivational speech in dog?
Yeah, give us an animal handling check with advantage. You reach into your purse and hold aloft Colossus.
No, he's
Quickly,
white
release
and
Colossus.
he's white and fluffy like
You still
snow.
have another dog in your jacket, don't you?
Yes.
Just checking.
You can
I've
add
got my
2 to your
jacket.
roll.
I've also got a boat and important things
One
like
must
that.
always have a backup dog.
19 plus 3
Plus 2.
plus 2, so 24.
24. You
Yeah.
see
Go
Colossus,
Colossus.
sitting at the front, kind of limp legs, goes. And you see the dogs stand to attention.
Yeah.
You are
Go
good to go.
Yeah.
Also, as you reach for your purse, give me a handbag.
jeez.
Oh,
give me
no.
A handbag,
a
sir.
20 luck check. As you
Oh,
reach into your handbag.
no. 11.
11? Good to know.
Oh, I hate
Anyway, moving forward.
Oh,
that
by a
is-
weapon of mass It's gone sticky like old chewing gum in the bottom of my
Amanita, that
handbag.
is you. The worm will go after you.
I'm surprised it didn't eat Colossus.
Mechanically speaking,
Don't. It might have
if
done.
I were to use Thaumaturgy to make harmless tremors in the ground, where Electra is beginning to summon a heat sphere,
Yeah.
could I make the illusion of a person being there?
For sure. That'll burn your action, but you're welcome to.
Can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
To distract the worm?
I like the creativity.
Okay.
That's good. Bonus action movement.
Can I move onto one of the
Onto the
dog's
sled?
sleds? Yeah.
So sleds only carry one.
Okay.
So you'll have to get your own.
Okay, I'll get my own.
Yep, wonderful. So give us an animal handling check to try to get your dogs out of their current frightened state.
Do you need
That
Colossus?
looks like a crit fail to me.
It is.
Wonderful. You go forward.
4 and 9.
Amanita, very often softly spoken, nosh, and nothing.
Okay. How far away are those sleds?
30-ish feet. Like
Okay.
they're all in the 30-foot.
Can I
They're just looking
use
confused.
Colossus's
Yeah.
movement
Mm-hmm.
to go over to? So he's already used
You
our
want to
action.
send Colossus
I
over
wanted
to
Colossus's movement to go over to help Amanita on her next turn to
You
get her
can do
sled to
that.
move.
However, the worm's about to go and Colossus will roll as well.
I'm not sure she would realise that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think.
I don't think you would.
I
You're saying
don't
Colossus
think.
running along the
I
ice?
don't think that she would figure that out. That's like way too much forward planning.
Oh,
The ground begins to shake again
Okay.
more and more violently. Yeah.
my sage.
Mhm.
Is there a thing that they can go on as well?
See, the more
So
times
you need your
Colossus
bonus action
survives
to command
these
save,
sort
I
of, these
believe.
sort of
Oh, I do, yeah.
situations,
So
the more
you
the
could
more we
do
start
that
to love
instead.
it.
Otherwise they dodge.
Otherwise, they dodge. So they'll take a dodge. So they'll give them
Like
advantage on the luck.
He's
or,
so brave.
no, that'll affect how it actually.
It's not
goes
called
through.
Colossus
But
enough.
targeting
I think
purposes,
he's got
save
disadvantage
rolling
against
one.
Colossus because Colossus
the flaming
is white,
vibrating sphere,
like
I'll
the
roll
snow.
3 dice and take the lowest, so it's got the best odds of being hit. And everyone else roll me 1 dice, 2, and then another.
Don't roll a 1.
What am I rolling
straight
for
luck?
my
Just straight luck. Yeah, roll for your character and for Colossus as well.
Okay.
So the flaming sphere got a 7.
Okay.
Anyone lower than a
12.
Call out your numbers again. 12,
I got 16.
10.
16, 10, and Colossus.
Oh, Colossus 13.
13, and
Sage.
Sage Companion.
He's gonna eat.
Oh!
Oh, no!
Again, Sage Companion.
Got it back!
Another one back to this.
And
another one.
you see your Sage
Another
Companion
one back to this.
really has had a short and horrible life in the cold, half frozen. They reach up a frostbitten hand to you as the ground just explodes beneath them.
Just gives you the finger.
How much health do they have? It's probably not worth rolling.
Yeah, no. Oh,
It's
God.
not purple worm compatible.
Oh.
It's not
No.
perfect. As the
It's got 40 hit points.
as the Arctic worm through the ground below, that
Yeah, you see,
Sage's got-
that says
you
a
see
lot.
the hammer stuck between its teeth, a glowing point of light as it explodes into the air and
Yes,
begins
so
to crash back
The
down.
fact that you don't need to roll for a character with 40 hit points tells you why we need to get the fuck out of
Yeah.
here.
I love purple worms.
I love purple
They're
worms.
one
I
of
have
my
50
favourites.
HP.
The
at
moment you were like, the ground is vibrating, I was like,
My
no,
purple
you're not.
worm.
You have
Love
150 HP.
No, 50.
Oh,
They are
I think
awesome.
you have
They're
one.
so fun. I love
Maybe
them.
I was like,
I use
because I was
some
like
of mine.
150 is more than me.
Although
is-
I've got
Barbara
one
is
because
up
I've got
there
140.
after them.
Which one?
Barbara Lasago is
Oh, yeah.
up there. I have ummed and ahed about how to play Barbara. I'm just like, oh yes.
Terrifying. Zara, Zaheen, that is your turn.
She might like
As
you.
you run across the ice. Oh, I'm assuming you used your the rest
Yeah.
of them to start.
What's the animal handling check in action? Or was it
bonus action? Final
bonus
handling
action?
check.
Okay, I will bonus action
So-
that.
My movement was
Obviously.
on that sled.
Yeah.
If it's
You don't
moving,
add plus
I'm
to
moving
it.
with it.
Yeah.
And I cast something hot and thaumaturgy 60 foot in the
Flaming
opposite
sphere
direction.
lasts quite a while, doesn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, great. So you won't need to keep burning your action. to
No,
do
no,
that.
no.
The thaumaturgy you'll need to use an action for any time you want it to happen. Archeon, you're on deck, by the way.
That was
Worm is half up in the air. Hammer is within reach.
that was 12
12.
for
On
animal
a-
handling.
Oh, and an animal handling check. You get another 2 dogs on side. That is 4 of 6. You'll get-
How far do you reckon the range of a whistle is?
Ooh. Beyond 60 foot is going to be a loud whistle. It'll be a performance check, probably, if you're any further than that.
I'll go another.
So you're currently 60 foot.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just play the dancing game, and I'll hold an action.
I'm do it then. So we're gonna roll in with the hammer and be like, "We found it."
There was this purple worm.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
stuck
saying.
in the teeth
We
of
need
this
a
worm.
photo.
Yeah.
Oh. I can cast
Might come
seeming
back to you, David.
and
Have a
go
think.
this thing with its
No,
with
I'm
the
gonna
hammer
hold
in
my
its
action
teeth.
in awe of life
Can I
again.
use-
And
I get hit
there's-
by the worm.
Sorry.
Ring reverse.
You'll
So-
probably have to do
It
some
protects
sort of
me
check
from-
to see if you can
from
trigger that
triggering
as
one.
you're dying. But I like
It's the like
Guys,
clinging.
the
Yeah.
problem is
I
that
saw
if you
this
have it
worm
active and you die,
thing.
you don't stop.
I feel like I just do that with them.
Aura of Life won't bring you back to life.
Yeah, it does. It brings you back to 1.
I don't think it brings you back to one because it
Need to do it.
ends when you die.
No. It ends, but it brings you back to 1. So
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You can
What's
try.
the wording?
Yeah. No.
Please don't leave the
No,
hammer
no, no,
behind.
no.
Like, do what your character would
No,
do.
that's
but like,
not you.
That's
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 an
not you.
artifact.
The first
I've
bit's
been
you.
trying to get these artifacts. For
It's
so
badly
long.
worded.
in
Finally
addition, a
one
non-hostile living creature.
A
against-
non-hostile, so that doesn't include
When it
you.
starts its turn in the
Doesn't
aura
include
with
you.
0 hit points.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
I see. I
So
see.
the
So-
first
Yeah,
bit, the
you die,
resistance
it goes
affects
down,
you.
round
Oh, so then
backwards.
the
Yeah.
falling wouldn't have actually brought me back.
I'll allow that because otherwise,
Yeah. So, well, you had the
Alright.
option to featherfall, so you
Yeah,
wouldn't have
yeah,
made
yeah.
that mistake
Yeah.
if you'd known.
But yeah, you.
But yeah,
Okay,
so the
okay.
bit where it
That doesn't bring
includes
you
you.
back.
It's because it's on the start of my turn.
Yeah.
Oh, at the start of its
Um,
turn. If it's in the
no,
aura,
it's
it's still up.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, the resistance bit specifically affects
Oh,
you.
so
But
like
the other
the
okay, never
the
mind.
handle of the hammer is probably the size of.
I'll just dodge.
Sounds
It looks like having like
dodge.
a toothpick out the side of your mouth.
Just
you
dodging.
dodge.
I'm
Yeah.
just playing dancing.
There's nothing wrong with that. You stand 60 foot out and dodge. I'm not sure how you dodge a 20-foot mouse purple worm, but you know, you do. Archeon, that's you.
Okay, so what do I need to do to try to get this hammer? I'm gonna definitely fly.
Yeah,
Oh,
is
so
your
try to
here's the
grab.
thing. Is your approach anything other than just flying up and grabbing the thing?
Nope.
Cool. Then what's going to happen is you and the worm are going to roll an initiative separately.
Mhm.
If you beat it, you're fast enough to just dodge the worm. Otherwise, it's going to use its next attack on you.
Okay.
And dragon, lots of hit points. You may well survive that.
Mm-hmm.
You may not. Regardless, attempting this though, the worm is going to take a stinger attack at you.
Oh,
Ooh.
So you're going to
shit.
take some damage, pass or fail, if it hits.
Do I get a will this take up my whole action, or can I
Yeah.
still get an attack?
So that'll be your movement. Grabbing it, we'll call it a bonus action because you're avoiding teeth and that sort of thing.
Okay, cool.
That you all of your action.
So can I do a flame breath on my way in
So would you like to flame breath it first, or
first, and then
you fly
so I'm
towards this
distracted?
thing, bursts of flame against its, ice cold shell, this carapace of
So I'll
ice.
make a dex save.
The giant, enormous worm doesn't have a dex.
Do we actually know if this worm is native to this area?
It is.
Okay.
Mechanically, this is not a purple worm; it's an Arctic worm, which are almost the same thing. 15.
15 will meet beats.
Unfortunate. Anyone have any fortune effects they want to use?
What is it?
On him.
Dex. It's a dex save for the flame breath.
This ain't Pathfinder.
Mm.
No one's got silvery barbs, do they?
No. 13. So that'll be 25.
25.
Yeah, it was 51, so half this.
25. It barely seems to flinch.
Yeah.
5 fire damage. Can I get a con save from you, please? Can I get a con save from
Con save from me.
Yeah. Next up is the stinger attack. So the in addition to the for instance, the upper side of this one is a great, horrible poison scorpion like.
So I got 22 on the con save.
That's a success. Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does not hit.
Wonderful. You take 16 misses. Wonderful. Flies towards you, but sweeps through the air as you manage to dodge it. Next up is the big one. Initiative roll of see if you can grab this hammer, or if the worm is quicker, you'll still grab the hammer, but it'll get to bite you as well.
Yeah.
So it's just a straight initiative roll. Shit. What did you get?
Where is my So that'll be an 8.
An 8. Do you have anything you want to do about that? Wonderful. On the dice, I rolled a 2. The worm has a -2 initiative against a 0.
Wow!
As you fly towards
That was
it, its
lucky.
mouth begins to close, but it is a giant, lumbersome beast. As you manage to get a hand in and out, and it does not get the chance to get off an opportunity attack.
Cool.
What it does in its next turn, though, might be easy to guess. Movement-wise, speed up in the air, what's your next move? You reach out, you grab the hammer with your dragon-like hand.
How much fly speed will I have used so far, do you reckon?
So the problem is more that if you go away from it, it does get an opportunity attack.
Oh, okay. Well, it's already gone.
Mhm.
It's going to be attacking me anyway. Or if I stay there, it's going to go down.
Yeah, so it's kind of in the air motion sort of thing. So if you stay there, on its next turn, it'll go down and coming up somewhere else. So if you don't move, you might be fine. If you do move
Is there a
away,
way
you
I
might
could do
attack.
like a reaction where I wait for it to go down and then I fly up?
An athletics check, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Or acrobatics probably for flight.
Okay.
Sweet. Give us an acrobatics check then. Damn.
Shit.
Oh, maybe.
What is acrobatics?
Dexterity.
Dexterity. That is a 5.
You see, you managed to fly, and it's got a 3 on the dice. You again managed to
Race
dodge
to
this
the
thing
bottom.
as it flies, slamming into the ground. You have the hammer in your hand.
Nice.
If you have a look, because you should still have access to it, Jinian's character sheet, you'll find that they have the Maker's Fist, which is the name of them, and that'll give you the stats for it.
Who was the first of the gods?
Retcon.
No, yeah, make it first.
Sorry.
Shorter and neater. Electra, that is your turn.
I would like the worm. Can I still see the worm?
Mm-hmm.
Has he got the hammer?
He's got the hammer.
Then I'd like the worm to make a charisma saving throw, please.
Do banishment?
Yes.
No way. Alright, what's the DC for that?
16.
Swen has a -3 to charisma saves. So what are we talking about? 16, did you say?
16.
So that means
So it's going to get a 19 or
13.
20, right?
-3, so yes, it needs a 19 or a 20. That is a 4. The worm rolls a 1.
That worm has been rolled terrible.
It's going to come back in a
I
minute,
rolled a
though.
1, 2, and a 3.
Yeah, but
You
we
need
can
to
get
remind
a
us.
minute away.
Yeah, that's 10 turns.
If we can get the dogs moving, we can
You know
go
what's funny is I've noticed tonight,
100
this
feet
dice,
in a
this big
dash
chunky gold one, usually rolls fucking
for a
terribly.
minute.
And this new fire red one that Emma gave me rolls incredible. It's the
What's
other way
the-
around tonight.
Arching
No.
through the
Completely
air,
opposite.
heading back towards the ground. What does Electra's banishment look like, do you think?
So I'm sticking it first.
Electra basically stands up and she watches this thing kind of go for Colossus and then take the newly arrived mushroom friend of Mushroom Girl.
Unnamed.
And it's like, seriously, and then we've got the thing, and she literally just holds her hand and goes, fuck off! And like she's having a
Echoing the
massive temper tantrum, and these sort of you almost like sound waves. You can almost see them coming out her hand, like whoa, like a sort of pop up whoa effect, and hit the worm in the face.
Incredible. It doesn't get legendary instances, it does not. The worm is hit in the face and rent asunder. You see it vanishes in place. You see from, as it's going through the arc, about the middle of it, high up in the air, bones and bones and bones are left behind in the midair as it disappears that fall to the ground.
Wait.
Into the
Right. I
ice.
It's
see.
people
See.
The people it's
Oh,
Is
Elsa!
Is Elsa in
Is that Elsa the Weeble?
You have 10 rounds of movement, which
Right.
means if you dash on those sleds, you can get 1,200 feet.
And what's the speed of a worm?
Not anywhere near big
Well,
enough
the
to
worm's
be a
not.
threat.
The worm will reappear in a minute, exactly where it's just
Yeah.
left from.
Yeah.
So
So in that minute, you'll be 1,000 feet,
1,000 feet away.
which
I-
is plenty.
I also have an hour of this point off with 80 feet of fly speed. so you guys.
That would be enough for you to get to the city.
So you don't need a sled.
You don't need a sled.
Right. So my sled is now good
Your
because
sled's good
Colossus
to go.
talked to the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I want to
Can
Animal
I-
handling check if you want.
Yeah.
With
You can-
Colossus.
well, I'm not even on my dog's feet yet.
You've now got Colossus as well. Because Colossus
Right.
can Colossus give advantage?
Colossus does give advantage. Colossus gives a help action.
10.
Is that with advantage?
Oh, advantage?
Yeah, you've got Colossus. He's good with the dogs.
That's better. 23.
Your sled
See?
goes, you head off. You see Zahim just running on foot on the ice. Swoop down, grab and pick up if you want to.
Yeah.
And the four of you head off. Did you find the stats for that item?
Yes, I did.
Would you like to give those a quick read? I'm going to assume you identify that as you're flying along over the next hour.
Yeah.
Electra's like trusting that
Is it-
Colossus
should I be
has
able to
given the
just
dogs
search
good
it now
instructions.
Yeah, you can do that.
And is
You don't
essentially
be attuned
standing
to
on
it
the
yet.
back.
Rather than just going back.
She's standing on the back. She's not quite
The extra
convinced that
damage
concentration.
happens without attunement, all the rest you need to be attuned for it to do.
Yeah, Electra's not 100% convinced that she's quite impressed that worked, and she's not 100% convinced that concentration doesn't mean she has to stand there like that.
Oh, I think it does.
So she's very actively concentrating on this
nosebleed.
thing. Yeah, little nosebleed. On this thing not coming back.
As you're doing that, everyone wants to give me a perception check.
Is it with sight?
It is with sight. You see, the beginnings of the sun is not quite over the horizon yet. You're in the last
18. 30.
I'm rolling that with disadvantage
That is-
on the grounds that I'm doing
What?
this.
You have a plus 10 to perception.
So I
Plus
missed my
perception.
I missed my crit
I rolled a 19.
and got 6, so
I
12.
appreciate the sacrifice.
I know.
With a 30, you
I can hear colours.
you can hear us, and more than that, you
I'm going.
feel the magic of the weave twisting as someone casts a spell 550 feet to the east.
Ooh.
And you see a flash of light as an icicle comes flying towards Electra. With that 30, you can warn her and she'll have advantage.
Okay, yeah, I'm absolutely.
Or rather, the attack will have disadvantage.
What the fuck?
That is
I can't
a
shield.
Where's
critical
Elytra
fail.
relative to me?
The purple worm's got a friend.
Why?
Yes.
Because I can jump
Lady
to parry
Ryan.
half
Yeah.
damage.
Oh, cool. If it hits, you could have done that. Critical
Okay.
fail. As you see, an icicle flies to your left. You see again that same
Probably
four-armed
not Lady
ice
Ryan.
woman on the hills. You got 10 rounds of movement. She's got 10 attacks. They're all at disadvantage, except that one would have been advantage, so it's a surprise one. The rest are
Can
all
I
at
history
disadvantage.
check or anything to see if I know who this is?
You can give it a go, yeah.
Do they seem to be
Since I got-
targeting specifically Elytra
Very
and
much
just
so.
her every round?
Very
What
much
would it
so. So that first attack happens. You're doing a history check.
Mhm.
Did you say 14?
Oh no, it's 26.
26. That'll do it.
Electra's
You've got
unfucking
actions
impressed.
if you want them.
Hmm.
They are 550 feet away, so they're very. You could
Um,
divert and head towards this person instead of going towards the city if you wanted
I'm going to cast
Okay.
Shield of Faith on Elytra.
Where's she
Awesome.
coming from?
to. So the city's to the south.
Yeah.
They're coming to the east of those hills,
Okay.
550 feet away at this point.
That means you have
Um,
plus 2 to your
With a
AC.
26, you would identify this to be the Lady Rhyme.
Yeah.
Her with a 26, it's unknown to the Sisterhood what her exact title is. The Frostlings are very secretive and far out of your reach.
Yeah.
She is Queen, probably isn't the right term. Maybe, yeah, something akin to like a High Priestess or a Archbishop or
Yeah.
something like. She's a very important figure in Frostling society.
Can I see her?
Known to be an incredibly powerful mage and can.
Have I got an action?
You have an action? Yeah.
I'm gonna cast-
550 feet away.
Yeah, I'm going to cast, but I can see her.
You can.
I'm
What
going
are you
to cast
casting?
Sending.
Oh,
Oh,
beautiful, brilliant, amazing. Yeah.
What's your fucking
Would I?
Yes, exactly. Yes, but I've got 25 words. So,
Would I have been able to communicate this as we were going, or
Yeah,
is this?
absolutely. Speech is free. You are riding along, trying to
before.
get the hell away. Electra focusing, ice crystal. flying
And-
through the air.
go on.
That is the Lady Rhyme, the most powerful frostling in the north. We have dangerous enemies.
What do you mean?
Sending.
Oh god. Let me write this
Hello,
down.
Lady Rhyme, most powerful frostling in the north. Please stop shooting icicles at me. It's not a nice way to say hello. Yours, Electra.
Beautiful, beautiful word craftsmanship. She messages back to all of you. You hear her voice speak to you, as if you're a very calm, cold, measured voice.
That was very polite for me.
The dragon must drop the hammer. Artia.
Do we want the hammer? Well,
Can
we
you
probably want the
remind me?
hammer.
Can you remind me
Mm.
who gave the orders, the secret orders? Was it Lady Ryan? No,
No, the church.
church. That's right.
But we know that the Frostlings were doing
Artia,
Okay.
do
Sorry, you
drop-
guys probably
Can
didn't
we-
know that because it was my secret mission, but it was
Um,
the church that wanted.
Can we talk about the hammer? We
How-
don't know about the hammer.
How fast do I reckon she's moving?
She's not moving. So she's firing icicles.
From 500
Putting
feet.
2 and 2 together, she probably summoned the Arctic worm.
Mm.
She looks like she's trying to break Electra's concentration.
Yeah, no,
She'll
I can
bring the
see.
worm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. True. I'm going to fly behind Electra, roll it down so that I'm like basically directly blocking her,
Okay.
like in between the two. So if she shoots,
And-
she's going to hit me instead.
I'm also going to make sure I'm within 10 feet
I'm not
of her
dropping
for
the- I'm
saving
not dropping
throws.
She can go fuck herself.
Yeah, and you move closer, you all box it. You see she responds
don't.
again. All of you hear her voice just kind of coming from... It doesn't even sound like it's in your head, it seems to be coming from the very snow around you. As she replies, I would admire your loyalty were it not a fool's errand.
Can we reply to that? Is that some
Yeah,
form of sending?
You feel like there's a communication open to you.
Okay. We have no idea really anything about this hammer, but we don't like worms. Any chance we could maybe chat over wine? I like canapes.
Absolutely right.
Can I
that-
ask Claxy something?
Absolutely.
God!
Oh no!
Hey Claxy, you know this bitch?
I have had dealings with the Frostlings in the past. She's a powerful mage.
More powerful than you?
Ooh.
Unfortunately.
Oh shit! Okay, so you reckon I should give up this hammer? It's worth risking my life for it.
That hammer is worth a lot more than you know. I
Yeah.
tried to get my hands on it for some time.
Alright, stuff this bitch. Then. Let's
If you
go.
can, keep that.
Let's go. Let's roll.
Alright, next round. Icicle coming.
We're really good at getting these artifacts and then
coming out?
I
promptly
just rolled a 1
giving them to bad
and a
guys.
2.
I did that earlier.
Let's try the other set of dice. Another round passes. You see Icicles, again, firing, trying to hit Electra, misses everybody though.
Yeah.
Shooting from 550 feet away, not something most mages can do at all.
Yeah.
Gotta love Eldritch Spear.
I was going to say that's like
next
Spell
one.
Sniper with bells on.
Anyway,
Would
we
be a
could
crit
in.
disadvantage.
How fast are these guys moving, by the way?
We're moving about 100
Slightly
feet.
slower than you.
Okay.
They're moving 120 feet around if they're taking dashes. If you're taking dashes, you
Okay.
move,
106.
But I'll deliberately stay like.
yeah, you kind of slow down a little bit.
Yeah,
You see, she takes one more shot. Anyone take any actions?
I was going to say, as we were travelling, is there any way for us to interpose ourselves between Electra and Lady Ryan?
You can. The Archeon as a dragon is doing that. I
Yeah.
believe that's what you were
I
saying.
could actually probably
Yeah.
at this point hide, but Electra's not 100% sure how concentration works.
I was just if I could like cast a shield or something to kind of try and block.
You
by
can
using
certainly.
myself.
You can certainly.
Shield's a
join
reaction anyway. isn't it?
Yeah,
join in the big.
So if I
chain.
can stand in front of her,
Yeah, for sure. You move in there. At that point, I won't make you make another check. You see, she stops casting spells and again just kind of steps back beneath the hills.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hiding.
It's-
Seems
I think that's
pretty
even
clear
worse.
that she's not going to be able to. If that surprise attack had hit, could have worked. And if you hadn't all jumped in from the way, could have worked. But it seems she's out of cards.
I think we're going to run into trouble in this city with this hammer, but
Uh,
I'm thinking people might want it. I'm thinking that Electra's going.
The worm is gone. You get 1,200 feet before the thing ends. When it comes back, it's distant enough away and not going to catch you. Yeah, good work.
Sick.
Thank you, Electra.
Yeah, good work.
While you're traveling, hear
Yeah, she can
Plaxi
banish something with
uh,
-3 charisma.
says,
Says-
Plaxi speaks and says that hammer was crafted from not just a divine artifact, but one of the earth artifacts as well. It is a product of 2. It's perhaps one of the finest weapons in the world.
Oh shit! Okay, good thing we didn't get rid of them.
I'm going to say while you're traveling to the city, which
Why
is
does she
a couple
want
of
it?
hours trip, would anyone like to identify the special hammer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me give you a quick read of what the special hammer does.
Who's the
So
best hammer
just as
wielder
I'm
here?
running,
Pardon?
Who's the best hammer wielder here?
well, I do have strength. I can actually use it.
The Maker's Fist.
Oh, I've only got +1 strength, but
Yep.
but it's more than I think I'd use it for the spells.
When you're attuned to this, you increase your Constitution and Strength score by 2 each
Oh, based.
to a max of 22.
Ow.
You have a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls with the hammer.
This
It deals an additional D8 radiant damage on every hit, or 2d8 to evil aligned creatures. The weapon has 8 charges, regains 1d6 plus 2 over a long rest. I'll send you. This is all in D&D Beyond. The spells you can cast with it for 1 charge: Earth Tremor, Command, and Compelled Duel. 3 charges gives you Erupting Earth and Thunderstep. For 4 charges, you can cast Banishment and Stone Skin. Banishment being, as we've just seen, a damn good spell. You can also spend all 8 charges to cast Earthquake, the 8th level
Oh,
spell.
wow.
Doing so, you need to make a DC 22 Dex save, or you drop the hammer and lose it into the earth. I'll also say this is not an item you can just attune to over an hour. This
And my
requires-
dex is -1, so I would need to get the crit.
And this is also the sort of item that
No, I actually could not possibly.
chances are you're probably not going to keep it once people in the city know that you have it.
This you would need to be So getting this, wielding this in other parts of the world would be very doable. Much like Claxy's staff, throwing that in Greensgood, you're going to run into some problems. Throwing this hammer in anywhere where there's dwarven royalty, you're going to have some trouble. The rest of the world, pretty fine. But you continue along. After an hour, your polymorph runs out. You have to sort out that. But frankly, we can step it out if you like. But you shuffle up on some sleds. You throw away some excess equipment. You're only 2 hours from the city at that point anyway. Anything anyone wants to do as you're starting to arrive very close. And so you see in the distance the mountains that the film is built into.
Is there a way we can fight this hammer?
It's damn big. The head of the
I
hammer
think
is
we're
probably
gonna
about
have to
the
give it
size
back.
of your torso,
We should be on this one.
even though it's very light. You could try and hide it, though. I'm not saying no.
When we get to the city,
Mhm.
I will shift Weave back into my sisterhood robes rather than
So
my-
what's our plan here? Everyone's going to hate us
So,
and accuse us.
I mean, theoretically, this magic stick of Claxy's can make that thing invisible. But I'm also thinking that that's probably not going to cut it against anybody who is thinking we're dodgy and might have stolen the king's shit.
Can I
'Cause-
also get a luck check from the four of you?
It wouldn't.
If anyone else less
Do you know
than
what I
five.
mean? It wouldn't.
5 on the dot.
And I
Wonderful.
got 3.
Oh, wow. Arcane, unless you roll even lower.
Crit.
Crit success, that's great.
I thought you were going to crit fail.
With
No,
that
I just
five,
need a
as
sleep.
you're mentioning a thing of like, oh, you know,
I've
they'll
used
notice if they're
all my
suspicious,
spell
suspicious.
slots. All my spell points.
Oh, you're not on a sled. You
No,
Are you
I
still
I
in
would
it?
be now because it's running out.
you know, the sled that you and Amanita are sharing is the king's sled.
Oh, okay.
Inside here is the king's robes, various papers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we should probably just be honest, I guess. I
There
could
is no
reduce
point
it
in
and
lying
turn it
anymore.
looking like a fucking regular hammer, but I don't think that's going to cut it either.
I'll explain what's happened.
Amanita will put her hand on your
Filled with
shoulder.
confidence. Filled with confidence.
I think not.
Let me tell you something, brother.
She was like totally comfortable doing that. Like, what?
So, you are just heading into the city, you're not doing anything before you're going?
I'll say a prayer for my fallen comrade, who I never even got to know their name.
Yeah. fair enough.
I'm like,
Probably-
can we please find, like, hopefully this place has got better hotels than the swamp. Maybe they've got some shops as well, because this coat is like not really that stylish. So if we're going to be staying here a while, I need some winter wear.
You see, as you approach the city, built into the side of a mountain, so steep it's almost just a wall of rock. You see a great gate carved into the
I
side.
thought you were going to say like a shopping mall,
No, not
Like
a
an-
shopping mall.
like an out of mountain shopping mall.
You see,
But,
obviously,
okay.
the gate, the entranceway, as you ride your sleds in, you see this large gate
Wow.
complex.
Okay.
Big inbuilt walls. Through that door there, you can assume is the rest of the city into the mountain. You run in, pull your sleds in. It seems like there are people on guards quite quickly. You see messengers go around. You see a number of dwarven axe throwers. 12, dozen axes, all on them there. They seem very skilled with a number of guards, clerics, and the like around. And a particular old dwarf on the raft. It seems to be in the conversation with one of these clerics as you arrive.
Do we recognise this figure? Yeah.
You can do a history check if you like.
I would like to. I will probably get nothing. 13.
No, not with a 13.
I got a 23.
23. 23, you don't know the name of this individual, but you recognise what they wear to be apparel from the Order of Abjurators. Wizard School Abjuration.
Very cool.
Okay. As we approach, Electra's knackered, totally burnt. She's going to use her last remaining 3 spell points to cast Enhance Ability, Eagle Splendor, Charisma checks on me.
Nice.
Oh, yes. I genuinely just want to find a cheap inn for the night, and if I can get a discount on that, that'll be awesome. And we might get to go shopping, which would be useful.
I'll cast guidance as I see you do.
And you see, as you're pulling in, you see some of the foot guards call out, "It's the king's sled! He has returned! He has returned!"
Oh, shit.
And then calls coming down of, no, can't. Hold fast, hold fast. There's only 2. And several calls coming down before you see more one. You see this wizard whose name we don't know yet. Standing atop one of these towers. These towers are about 25 foot high, so quite large, quite imposing, as their voice booms down at you, presume through thaumaturgy or some similar spell.
Yeah.
So they say, "Stay where you are, travellers." So they kind of look over you and say,
I'll reply in also thaumaturgy and just say, yes, no problem. We come in peace.
obviously they.
I'm gonna just sit cross-legged and just sit there and go.
Oh no, I've got prestige section of thaumaturgy. It's more common.
We have had a day and a half. I'm willing to wait.
You see, as the 4 of you, kind of pull your sled into this sort of dock, for want of a better word, despite just being, the edge of nothing. You see several of these larger guards start to approach. Anyone do anything while that's happening?
Can I message into the wizard's head with my spores?
Yeah, for sure. Not. What's the range you've got on message?
Oh yeah, how far are they?
Because they are quite far away from you all.
How far is my spores? Sorry.
80 foot is the distance that the wizard is away from you.
I'm going to pull out the
Oh no, I can't reach
Yeah.
it.
forward,
You see
laid
the,
out like I'm not trying to use it. Or
You see the guards approaching, fully take a step back as you
not
produce
trying
this.
to hide it or anything.
You see the wizard, of course, then and says, "You wield the king's hammer."
I do. I'm sad to say.
We must speak. And you see they say, "Hold fast." And you see at this point a number of other guards start entering around the rafters. A number of other extras. They walk along some steps and come down. They're still a ways from you. They come down to the bottom of this tower. where they don't know what to do with speaking voice. They seem to have tongues or some similar spell because they speak and you all understand him.
Yeah.
So he says, my name is Morgon of Clan Everfall. Might I ask how you came by that weapon?
My name is Archeon of the Court of Fire. I was doing some investigation to find a fallen brother of mine and ran into these fellow friends of mine. We got caught up in a battle, and one of our foes teleported us to this realm. We were previously in the Shadowfell.
You see they nod along slowly and look over each of you in turn.
I'm gonna just say my name. He speaks the truth. I am Zara Morozova, and see if anyone recognizes the Morozova name.
You see they, as you say Morozov, you see they say, I knew of your Master Alexander. I've done work with him in the past.
Yes, he is well.
Many years ago now, I'm glad to hear that. And you are of the Sisterhood, are you not?
I am.
Indeed, it has been long since one of your order has made the way this far north. I would wager you are of the Shimbleshanks, are you not?
I am, and as you can tell, we were not in these cold reaches earlier today. This coat is not mine. We believe a great harm may have befallen your king. Archeon retrieved this hammer from to bring it back here.
Retrieved it from where exactly?
So, we appeared in this icy area.
No doubt whoever sent you here meant for your death. Few survived the West.
Quite possibly. He
Not
does not like us very
quite
much.
possibly. He definitely meant for us to die.
But we were very, very fortunate enough to run
He lives in a toilet.
Women.
It's like the Chamber of Secrets. Like, come on.
He says, yes, we expected them back some days past.
They said they ran into some terrible trouble, and one of their companions actually betrayed them and betrayed your king.
It is troubling news indeed. We
Yeah.
learnt of the king's death, of course.
Oh, did you?
Indeed, a device of my making. We were alerted when he died. I'd hoped perhaps there was some issue, but I thought it true.
We were attacked by
Purple worm.
a purple worm, by an Arctic worm, which seemed to have been summoned by Lady Rhyme on the way back here. We barely got away with our lives.
Summoned. It is concerning news indeed. Frostlings would not tend to do such a thing.
She wanted the hammer.
Indeed.
We thought it best to bring it back.
Very well, we appreciate your honesty. May I take the hand?
Can I insight
Huzzah.
check this too?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Do
What
they
insight
seem?
check? What do you
they
mean?
seem to be who
Um,
they're claiming to be? Because
Well-
we know there's been mind magic at work.
Yeah,
I just
I
wanna
will
make sure
say. I will say. What is the? What, like, obviously, the king was in charge of this town.
Mm.
What is? Who is next?
He
Yeah,
was
you
in charge
next
of
in.
this kingdom.
Well, who is next in
Yeah,
line?
give me a history check to see what you know of.
That's
those sorts
4.
of matters. You would have no idea.
Yeah, so I'll just be asking.
Yeah, you ask the.
Yeah.
You say, we the crown prince will take the throne next.
So he should be the one that gets the hammer.
Yes.
Oh, is he
Do
super
you
young?
know of the prince?
How old
We
is
know
he?
nothing of the prince.
He is young.
No.
He is very young. He will be crowned prince till he comes of age.
When's that likely to be? We could
10 years?
Oh, we can't
5,
really
10
wait.
years? Depends.
We could hold on to the hammer.
So who will be the?
You
What's
are
the court?
strangers
Regent or
in
whatever?
these lands.
What's the equivalent? The regent or
The stewardship of the throne will fall. Is a matter of court still to decide.
There is a great evil in this land that we are trying to get rid of.
Indeed.
And this would really help us in our quest to try to get rid of them.
hammer.
You're just gonna-
Yeah.
Should be a persuasion. Roll a hit of 35 and you can keep the hammer. Actually, I shouldn't say that aloud because you might hit 35.
No, 19.
Wonderful. It's a damn good roll. You say, we would, any evil you seek to rid in our lands we would aid you with, but that is the blessed hammer of our king and their line. It is not going to be parted with, I'm afraid.
Can I say?
May I have the hammer? You can say.
I was going to say, I suggest you keep that hammer well guarded. There are some who seek it for themselves.
Indeed.
Many.
There are many who seek its power. In
Specifically
these lands.
your icy friends.
Yes. You see, they kind of look around and check that it's there's guards around that sort of thing. You're not quite sure what they're looking for, but they then say, those are very serious accusations you have. Now, I am not the one to question their validity, but perhaps we shall slow
Keep it
down
quiet. Yeah.
and keep them to ourselves for now.
What I'm
When-
going to say now is,
Mhm.
well, as much as the hammer is a very important magical artifact,
Mm.
Oh god.
I feel like we risked our lives 10 times over to retrieve it and bring it back here. Surely there is a worthy reward for such an endeavour.
Indeed. We would have you stay and be our guests after a brief
In our prisons.
inquisition to check the validity of your stories. A formality, really.
Yes.
Where would you be keeping this? So I know that it's safe.
The hammer. Pardon my asking, but you said you were teleported here earlier today. Do you know where you are?
No, I just want to make sure you're keeping it safe.
Indeed. The
I
hammer...
have no idea where I am.
Yes.
I've never been to these lands in my
You're-
life. I'm not very good with cold.
Indeed.
Snow's melting
This
around.
is the Forum, the furthest northern city, really. There are a few towns scattered about. But anyway, it will rest in the Royal Palace under many, many guards and heavy
Good.
observation.
Good to know.
When the boy king comes of age, he will wield it as his father did before him. May I have...
Can I do some kind of check on this guy?
Yeah,
We've passed
insight.
over magical artifacts like this to people before that we thought we could trust,
Give us
and then
give
they
us an
immediately
insight
stole it from us. So
Give us an insight check.
When
I
I
think
said
I'm
I
going
want
to
to make
take
sure
check,
that
I
this
did
is
a
going to be
20.
safe.
Wonderful. 20 is
If that-
a
Excuse my
31.
friend. We
It's a
have
31.
I go.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I got
when
a
we
4.
Wonderful.
when we-
Aussies, man. I'm getting upset.
left
Oh, this guy's a fellow wizard. He gets it.
before we were moved. I don't know. From we heard tales of a war.
A war.
Has such news reached these parts?
So they look from an... Anyone who wants to give me another insight check, we'll
31.
We'll resolve that 20 in a second. Or you can use that as a 31, whatever you want to.
You're trying to get
I'll roll another
35.
one. My new one will be 29.
29. They're very carefully choosing their words. So they say, war has a hold of this place in an unpleasant way for some time. We would hope not to see it again. The specific news we have not heard. With the 20 insight check on this person generally,
The 31.
they seem powerful, they seem important. The guards here are keeping a very close eye on what they're doing, seem to be waiting for something. And they have an aura about them of a powerful spellcaster.
Do we know anything historically about this place and like what the guard makeup? Like, do these seem like the actual palace guards or like an overtaking group of people? Is there
It's
anything
going
way
to
we
be
could
next to
tell?
impossible for you to know that. Give
Okay.
me a, we'll call it probably history check. See what you can put together.
14.
14. You look around the dwarven guards here. You see these ones bear the symbol of a hearth, a brick fireplace. You see the same symbol was on large flags out the front.
What about the king's stuff? Does it have that symbol on it as well?
It does indeed. The king symbol is a blue 4-pointed star. You see that on banners here as well.
Okay. I'll just assume that.
So
it's
superficially, all matches up.
Okay. Yes, very superficially to my idiot brain.
I don't think we've got much of a choice.
Yeah, and I'll say to you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I
We're
think
all
you should
pretty
trust this person.
I'm putting my faith in you as a fellow wizard.
I
Please do not let
appreciate
me
that.
down.
You have my word as a wizard. I will not betray it. So they take the hammer. You see, they hold it as one would a religious relic, and then very carefully pass off to one of the clerics who's come down at that point. You see these clerics around seem to be, some very specific regalia, big leaves on there. They carry enormous maces and these green robes. It's past one of those who begin taking it off towards the town. You see the wizard Morgon.
Mornon's my guy.
This is going to become a problem.
it's Mornon back to life.
You see Morgon
That was
says,
distracting.
we thank you for your show of faith. You understand you are strangers in this land. You have arrived with the king's sled and the hammer of our lineage. We require to confirm your story. We have magical means of ensuring you are telling the truth. If you would accompany me briefly.
A
to
zone of
the-
truth interrogation before a bath.
Yes, I'm afraid. If you are desperate for it, we could take you to the guards' barracks.
Ugh.
Very well.
I'm going to pass over
Have
my
you at
cleansing
least-
stone and be like, at least,
Have you at least got canapes?
or horses do this.
Or snacks while we are interrogated?
There shall be a mighty feast. There is no need for canapes. We shall feed you well. So
Have you
say,
heard?
uh,
There's a new trend
quickly.
in the Shadowfen. It's called horses do this.
horses do those?
Are they gonna
Horses do this.
my-
I think you're looking for horse divorce.
The spell
Are
I'm
they gonna
casting
kill
to
us all
speak
if
with you may
they
not.
look back far enough and see that they're Foxy?
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm worried
am
about.
now. I have rolled
Mhm.
a giddy heights
Mhm.
of a 3 on the dice, so
Nice.
that would be actually a 9. But
Mhm.
on insight into the, we have no canapé. We have no need for canapés. It's like, has this guy ever been?
Into the shadow.
Look, it's a coincidence, but it seems appropriate in the sentence.
Yeah.
We shall take you briefly to Folker's prison, where we shall confirm your story, and then you would be presented before the royal court if you would be willing.
Okay. I'd rather be presented to the inside of an inn and a hot bath first,
Can
but
I-
It
okay.
is paramount that the new king is crowned. We are currently without a leader. We would have you there as witnesses at the coronation, as those who know of the last king's death,
Yep.
to confirm
Okay.
the
Okay.
new lord. Then
Bloody
you shall be
politics.
treated royally.
Can I ask, the sisterhood does not give up our memories so easily. Do you have one of our order in these lands?
How do you know?
I would prefer to speak with one of my own sisters than give my thoughts to any stranger.
I'm afraid the sisterhood has not been in these lands in living memory. I know one of your order who visited some years ago, a sister Sindric, I believe, but none that we have no regular sorcerers, nor any of the like. David, you were saying?
I was just going to turn around. I've completely lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
I was just going to turn around to the others and be like, well, I could have imagined a dozen other ways to spend this day. As I'm just like trudging into the city.
How's everyone's hit points looking?
Yeah.
Full?
50,
50 out of...
40.
like 90 or something. No, wait. What do I have? No, because I have tough.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's quite a lot.
Okay.
44.
I got 49.
Yeah, I think I'm like 53 out or something. 68 is my max. Sorry.
15. You regain 26 hit points as you see one of the
Oh, that's spectacle.
clerics comes up and heals you.
I do have all my lounge things up there, but
You are all taken through, and you begin to be led through the city. If there's no other
Yeah?
discussion.
no.
You come through to... Why is that not working? You don't need tokens with missions and stuff. Oh, that'd be why. Come through the city gates, which are... yes. You see, you come through the city gates. Dwarf is built into the middle of a mountain pass, pretty much. More buildings extend underground, but it's kind of the open-aired city section. So you're taken through. It's quite it's a nice enough place, but it very much does not feel like a capital city would. This is not the dwarven capital.
Yeah,
this is where the king was exiled. But you're taken through, led with the wizard comes along, Morgon, along with 8 or so guards and probably 4 axe throwers. Lead the 4 of you through. Without even any insight check, there is a feeling of tension in the air.
Did you find this online or did you read it?
No, I found this one.
It's a really nice looking map.
It is. We don't know who these people are. And you are led through to the what he referred to as Focus. When you arrive there, you see great stone walls. Focus is this building over here, and a gatehouse above which reads Focus Prison in a big iron sign.
Focus?
Yes. Focus. Folkhus. Focus. As you see, they lead you there. Yes. The gates are opened by other guards, and you see, before you enter, you see the Morgon kind of stops again and says, really, this is just a formality. You're not under arrest. We just simply need to confirm
Insight check.
Yeah, insight check.
Is this just a formality? Or a 28?
For a 28, wild. 28, insane. You're not under arrest. That part is true.
Yeah.
You do, however, suspect that they want you contained. Is probably but you are strangers in a city. You've come with the king's stuff. It's a pretty fair assumption that you're dangerous people. You don't think there's anything like... There's not like an ambush there.
Yeah.
How strong do the guards actually look relative to us?
The guards individually... so you've got 8, what look to be 8 hearth guards, they're called. They've got big, giant shields and swords. And then what look to be 4 axe throwers who are quite well-equipped ranged fighters. I will tell you, you could fight these people off. It would be a deadly level encounter.
Okay, but in the sense of like,
will probably die.
if they were eyeing us up, they'd look at us as better fighters than themselves.
On an individual scale?
Yeah.
Leagues above. Absolutely.
Okay, so they would be afraid of us. This is
Absolutely.
what...
They're probably afraid of you. The other 3 spellcasters are unknown entities. Spellcasters are very rare here. Their only frame of reference would be Morgon, probably.
Yeah.
So yes, they definitely look very cagey around the fort.
Okay, that explains it, yeah. Like if their military power is not that great, we would be like...
It's not only that, it's spellcasting is very rare, especially having like 4 of you all show up being very powerful is... Yeah. Do you keep marching on? Do you keep going the way they're leading you?
I will say to them, I'll say, I know you mean to cage us.
Mm-hmm.
We will resist if you try to imprison us without cause, but you are justified in your suspicion. We will not betray you.
I need some time to look into some matters and identities. I would have you stay in the prison, in the guest suites, of course, but I would have you somewhere where we have many guards while I do such a thing. Is that agreeable?
Can I ask him if they've got any gardens in this place?
You say, unfortunately, it is very cold here. There are some plants that grow. There is a tree in the courtyard where you'll be staying.
Electra's looking around because, like, this is a prison, and Quill is a kind of trader / bounty hunter. Yeah, so I'm basically not asking. at the moment, but just keeping my eye out in case there's a any tabaxi, because I haven't seen any really since I left home. But looking for a snow leopard who's meant to live up these parts.
Going through the city here that you've had to cross from one end to the other to get to this place. Almost entirely dwarves. Dwarves. There's a couple of satyrs actually this far up north. Kind of grown big winter coats, that sort of thing, and a few humans. But that's about it.
Can I have a quick history lesson? The far north and the church and their relationship, as well as can we see any churches as walking through the city?
So there are 5 churches you pass on the way from one end of town to this prison. You would know that the Divine Church practically controls the Winter Pact.
And they hate magic, right?
They hate magic. But this place is interesting. The king was exiled here after what's called the Jade Rebellion, where the king tried to exit the church from the Winter Pact. Tried to break away, they failed. And the Pontiff of the North, Elder Clannach, who was the one who instigated the Prisoner Special Mission and all that, not that your characters have knowledge of that, Elder Clannach pretty much took control of now Elder Clannach resides in the Dwarven capital. Their face is on the
So it's a hostile takeover, essentially.
Not such a hostile takeover. It was more they framed what the king did as a betrayal of the country. They framed the king was labelled a heretic for trying to force the church out of the.
Okay, so we're relatively safe here.
Yeah. So the west of the Winter Pact, very dangerous place for spellcasters. This is the safest place for spellcasters in the north.
Okay.
This is full of people who sympathise with the king and came to join him, or those who happen to live here.
Okay.
So they were trying to separate church from state.
Yeah.
Okay.
The church went no. Put the pontiff as head of the state. The king still is the king in name, but has next to no power.
Yeah, I kind of know how that works.
Backwater town.
Well, Electra doesn't know how that works, but
Electra would have, in theory.
she may have heard in passing puppet, but not really understand that. But yes,
A
okay.
little bit.
Not everything is all.
So everything's a Lord of the Rings reference. Probably thinking more.
I think he's just taken
We essentially have the
More
monarchy
Theoden
in
and
Great
Greenland.
Britain. It's sort of
Yeah, very much. The king of the hammer is the queen
Yeah,
at
actually,
the
you're
moment.
probably right.
They have very little power, but if they were kicked out of Buckingham Palace and had to go live in
Kill someone in
I don't know,
The Arctic.
yeah,
Could be like
northern
Probably
Scotland
probably
for some reason.
Oh, they'd like that.
Yeah,
But yes, okay.
but without any nice golf course.
All
Anyway, so after you agree to stay there for a while Mugon looks into who you are, and that's when they then ask, would you be willing to surrender your weapons as a sign of your faith?
Except her walking stick.
And when I say weapons, I do also mean your spellcasting equipment.
Ooh.
What do we get for it?
My trust.
Your trust.
Indeed.
That goes a long way. Giving away the most powerful weapon, of your entire kingdom isn't enough for your trust.
Trust is something that can always be more or less of.
Does anyone else want to try?
I'm alright, thank you. I will not force you to do this. You may keep what you will keep, but I would ask as a show of good faith that you would. I would be willing to I would mean to immediately send messages to anyone you wish to contact as a return of the gesture.
I turn around to him and just think of my stuff. Just be like,
Yep.
doesn't bother
We
me.
thank you very kindly. Takes that, hands it to guards, gets taken away. In fact, at the gatehouse, they keep it and store it in the gatehouse here to the prison larger.
Amanita will hold her mother's heart very strongly in her hand, and she says, I will not part with this.
Oh god, this is where we lose Amanita.
So would I be
Over
losing,
a stick.
my ability to do any of my spells?
Any spells with material components, yes.
I have no spell slots. I would.
Polymorph needs a caterpillar.
I
So
would.
if you find one of those, you can cast it without a stick.
I would
Without a staff.
hand over all my obvious weapons.
Mhm.
May I? I would make no. Is it warmer in here, or is it
Yes.
still right?
It's good.
I'd get rid of that awful cloak
Mhm.
coat thing. I'm back in my bougie fan suit.
Mhm.
With my cat comb that you bought me in my hair. It's my cat comb. you
We need
know.
to figure out a way to make them match.
I'm assuming it's okay to bring my bag in if I leave all my weapons here.
You see, they nod. Do you hand over Klax's stuff?
Oh, no.
With your part and old man with his walking stick.
I mean, I think Klax's stuff is very obviously magical.
Yes. It's got like floating discs.
Yeah. I would.
This person's also has said their own whistle. so-
Yeah. And we thought that was correct on like 30 insight or something. I would be like, I will trust. I would
No.
trust that.
I hate this. I hate this. Go
What?
off the fucking thing. No
I'm-
one wants us to give everything else up.
I would trust that
We've got
I
no fucking spell points left.
would get all of these items back when you hear the veracity of our tale.
We will protect them with the utmost surety.
No, I
I'm
refuse.
sure you do not
Especially a
need.
staff of such exquisite make.
The last time one person in our court gave up their things in faith, they lost everything. So no, I'm not giving up anything. I gave you the warhammer. That's all you.
I will respect that.
I just, I'm sure you don't need to be reminded, but you have 2 members of foreign courts here. So,
I do not intend to start a diplomatic incident.
Exactly.
That's
So,
why I am.
That's why
asking-
we're giving you
asking
our
to
items.
remain in
but
this position and asking you to. have
If
it.
you were to steal from us,
I have
it
no
might
intention
start a
of doing
I
that.
will. I will take all my belongings with me, but I will lay them down in the room where we are to be interrogated,
Mhm.
where I can see them, but not wield them
Very
as
well.
compromise.
That seems fair. I'll do the same thing.
Very well. We appreciate it. If you will excuse me, I must check on some things I've sent on missives to. Right. Do you wish for me to contact anyone to inform them of your arrival?
Yeah.
I have means to magically do so.
Xanos the liar, we lived, bitch.
No, I'm going to send that message when I've got spell slots back.
Oh wait, do
Um,
you still have the ring on to
Yes.
Klaxi?
Xanos, do you want to come
Do they
visit?
know?
Do you ask Maxie anything?
Is she like,
Oh, no.
don't fucking give away the stuff?
She probably does say, don't give my staff to this slimy bastard.
I would say.
It's a good job.
Malicious
It's a
hands
good
first.
job Electra hasn't got this ring, because
Oh my
Klaxi would go
They'd be
batshit
besties.
crazy. Oh
Can I
no,
do
she
like
would
an
go
insight check on
crazy.
whether he's going to actually do this and send this to the person I know?
Yeah, for sure.
This message thing.
Give us an insight check.
Oh, that'll be a 13.
Even with a 13, it would be weird for them to offer that and not do it. You imagine they're asking because they want to hear the message as well.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
Cool. I would like him to send a message to Dietrich
Mhm.
and say, if you
You're a
don't
dick.
hear from me again
Mhm.
in the next, 48 hours,
Mhm.
I am in this city.
Mhm.
So,
You see, he says, I'm afraid the Court of Fire is not known to me personally, but I will relay the message there. It will reach him within the day.
okay.
Do you know Deuteronomy?
You see, he says, I do.
Everybody knows Deuteronomy. Can you send a message to Deuteronomy
Mm-hmm.
that says, Electra is well and has done a great service
They don't laugh. I do.
to the royal family of the Winter Pact. Yes, we bought the thing back. Have you met Deuteronomy?
Not from some years.
Yeah. Can you said you would send a message.
I will, yes.
Please send that message.
I will, indeed.
Thank you very much.
Oh, there's one other thing I wanted to add to the message.
Oh yeah, and Dietrich's a douche. You can add that if you've got enough words.
Okay.
I found out who was responsible for Leonard's death.
Oh no.
And? Very well. Who am I to question someone's choices?
Oh, Mr. Johnson.
Yes?
Oh.
I was planning to. I will let you know I was intending to speak with
That might be a bit too much
Alexander anyway to confirm.
That's fine. Essentially, just
Deuteronomy
tell
will
him,
confirm who I am.
tell him where we are, and tell him, old mate is with Sims.
Might I inquire as to who you mean? Or will
It's none of this kingdom's business.
Very well.
Actually, can I come on message?
Yes. You see, it's when they take out a little quill and paper. Yes.
I would like you to contact the Greenswood Council of Greenswood and to tell them that my votes now pass to from Ramini, the Warforged, who will vote in my stead in my absence.
Very well.
Is that the full name? Good Council of Brunswick.
You see, when you say the Green, you see, they say,
Green Heart
shall I
Council.
direct that to the Speaker of the Council? Who you would know from class.
Who else is on the council that speaks?
It's
Actually,
has
can
not
I-
been
yeah.
absent, so it's difficult to know who.
Can I wreck on that a little bit? Can I get them to contact Elmwood
Yeah.
with my written
sure.
permission to vote in my absence?
So Elmwood
Send
is
it to Alistair Blackthorn.
Written permission.
To vote in my absence.
That's going to take a while to get.
yeah. That message gets will get sent. You see, again, they say I'm not familiar with Elmwood person, but I will relay that message to you.
I want someone to vote for me from God.
Yeah. You see, at that they head off. You see, you are introduced to Warden Smith, a very straight-cut dwarf. They're probably the only dwarf you've ever seen with short hair. Who says, "I understand you're staying with us for the day while matters are taken into account. I hope to give you the utmost comfort. You'll follow me through to the guest suites.
I'd prefer to stay
I
in
would
the
love some
gardens.
horses too.
I'm afraid that close enough to the gardens is a small, with a heated pool in the centre of the courtyard,
I will stay.
around which several plants grow. That is in the guest suites.
Okay.
So they kind of lead you through their very no-nonsense type, almost walks in a march. You see, you're led through to the prison guest suites. This looks like more of what used to be like a military fort that's been converted into a prison. There's just a lot of guards around here, but there is, true to the word, on the second floor of the building, guest suites. In the middle of which is a small open corridor where there's a heated pool, so it's quite warm, and a small tree, some flowers and bushes grow around it. For a minute, the rest of you find rooms. There's a bit of kit there. There's food given to you. You could take a bath if you wanted to.
I'm sit in the pool.
You sit in the pool.
I sit in the pool.
Are you
That's a
watering the mushrooms?
Yeah.
Nice.
The other thing you see is that on this guest floor, quite near to the kind of entry hall where you'd come in, there's a small caged area, almost like a zoo exhibit. But inside sits an old dwarf. Their body wrapped in what looks something like plate armor, but it seems to be made to restrict their movement.
Okay.
As their hands are kind of bound up against themselves, almost like a straitjacket would.
That sounds
The
nice.
warden offers no explanation for this as they lead you past your rooms.
Okay.
Hello. Who are you?
You see, kind of looks up,
It's like the dwarf.
looks over to you and says, with a touch of fire about you, lad.
Correct.
Come from the Ashlands.
Indeed.
I know many from there. What brings you so far north?
Some dickhead teleported us.
You see, at this point, the warden walks up to the bars, pulls out a baton and kind of taps it a little bit and says, "My apologies, sir. I need to talk to him."
I'm curious.
Very well, your business is your own. The rest of you, I'll show you to your rooms. and it leads you just around the corner to where your rooms are. See the dwarf sitting there says, teleports, they're tricky then. Gave us a bit of trouble last time.
Last time?
Says, back in the old rebellion, I was a good friend of the king's. Fought a couple of them church, a couple of those higher-ups there, good with the teleports though. Never finding a bishop or higher, watch for a teleport. Gives you a little nod.
Good to know. What got you ended up in here?
I was too loyal to my cause. Name's Adam Vallis. I was brother to the king once.
Oh.
But he did not stand with my ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Too extreme.
During the rebellion, he sought to free us of the church. I sought to free us of the monarchy too.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
So he gives a nod. Says, I sit here now as a warning.
Okay.
What, you keep interesting company. You might entertain an old man with very little going on. What brings the four of you to our fine dump?
Is the warden within earshot?
No, he's gone.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's just the
Then,
four of
yeah,
us here?
I'll tell him everything. I don't care.
Yeah. He says, the king is dead.
Yeah, unfortunately so.
About time. What became of his hammer? Always like that.
I handed it over to Morgan.
Doesn't seem to provide any further
Can
comment.
I?
I didn't feel like I had much of a choice.
Many feel that way when dealing with Morgan.
Can I detect
He is
thoughts
the-
on this?
Yeah. As you begin as you cast that, you see a light, almost like the aurora borealis, stretch over the bars in his cell in his cell phase.
Nah.
So he says, "Oh, nice try, but unfortunately these bars don't let nothing through."
How long have you been locked up in?
24 years next spring, I believe.
Did you come in for a bit of friendly, just a bit of questioning? Or were you...
No, I was dragged kicking and screaming.
Yeah, okay.
How'd they get you? You seem like a pretty strong guy.
Oh, before I was captured, gods, I was strong. But get little practice in this sort of a cell. They called me the Anvil. The king, of course, was the hammer.
Nice.
I like to think of myself as one of the finer fighters in the North. Or was. You see, he kind of gestures to the bonds and he says, "Had my hands free, I don't think even these bars would hold me, even now. But I was no match for the spellcraft that the church had."
So how is the prison slot these days?
We ran out of mushrooms 15 years back. It went downhill there.
Mm-hmm.
The bread seems to be coming in the spring times now.
Is Emanita nearby?
Yeah, I'm
I
right
assume
there.
the four of you are all there?
Are there any mushrooms growing on your shoulders?
Yeah.
Can I clip one off, please?
You can ask.
I'm not going to ask, I'm just going to grab one.
Alright, you can.
Sure. Give some.
Can I react and try and grab his hand?
Yeah, give us an attack roll. It's a dex save. Something like that sounds about right.
Ooh,
So what mod do I add to the roll?
Spell attack roll for you,
oh no.
or unarmed attack.
Oh,
actually.
yeah, no.
Spell attack. Unarmed?
Unarmed attack. Yeah.
It's a 20. Dirty.
Mm-hmm.
If it's unarmed, it's 20 flat as well.
Oh.
Roll off. Go again.
Rollies!
It is very close as you reach out and bend out of the way, sensing
15.
the hand approaching.
Natural 20 for a 22.
Oh.
But you don't manage to grab as
I don't even turn my
15
head
for
and
a
I just
21.
grab your hand.
You got 21, it's like peeling off and you just like...
Don't eat her
You
mushrooms.
see, he catches you and says, "I think cannibalism is not of an interest of mine. Your friend seems less mushroom and more person. You're with the Sisterhood, aren't you?"
Correct.
I'm going to turn to him and be like,
You're familiar with our people.
Oh, yes. We had a couple come up to the north during the rebellion.
And what became of them.
Couldn't tell you, I'm afraid. My information stops quite abruptly when I was captured.
You said mushrooms went missing 15 years ago.
Oh, just stopped growing them in the caves. There's a collapse on the farms.
How strong is this these bars? How hard are you locked in?
You do an old man a great favour. It would be
This guy's clearly bad. Because
unwise
we like him.
to help me out. But while the enchantment stopping the magic is, as far as I know, very strong, the bars are ordinary steel. You see, he quite labouredly stands up in his things. His knees can't get fully straight; they're locked about there, so he's sat squat. And you see, he says, "I used to run at them for hours." And you see, he kind of turns. You see, one of the shoulder plates has 3 dents where the bars would be that he would run into. And he says, "Bent them once, and at that point they put a shock spell on them. Light, but enough to stop me doing it. A little bit of mining equipment gone missing. Certainly wouldn't raise too many alarms. If you happen to find yourselves bored on your way out of here."
We do have dispel magic on the staff.
I'm thinking that the pokiness of the magic protecting this place is probably above the stuff.
I'm going to ask Foxy if she knows this story.
Yeah.
That would be reasonable.
Whoops.
You have a pocket
I'm
wizard.
not
Am I going to slowly become friends with Klaxi now, even though she was
Yeah.
my mortal
Oh
enemy?
yeah.
You
Enemies
should,
to
you should
lovers.
convince her to, like, you know, if you teach me everything you know, I
Klaxi is
will let you go
gonna
again, you know?
manipulate the fuck out of you.
Monon would.
I don't know
You know
you
he would.
Klaxi.
Or Dietrich. No, Dietrich would.
I was only young when the Great Strife happened, but I heard war stories of the hammer and the anvil. Any enemy of the church is a friend of mine. However, I'm not sure how new you are to diplomacy, but freeing the political prisoners of your hosts is somewhat of a faux pas.
Sure.
It's a good job I don't know you're talking to Klaxi.
Also, while I've got your attention, do you take the ring off?
I'll listen to her.
He would be so salty. Do not talk to me like that, bitch.
You recognize the value in this ring. Should you get me near should you find yourself near an alchemy set, I would like you to build me a new body. And I'd be willing to give you a great deal of information as payment.
Oh.
None of you can hear this.
No,
You
no.
just
No.
I take off the ring and put it in my pocket.
worth a shot.
I mean, you never know.
Yeah, that's my way of like not giving her an answer, basically.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
You see that point the warden
Image-
comes back around the corner.
Pardon?
Can I-
They seem to just be one room.
Yeah.
Do you need painkillers?
I'm like
I've got
head
some
back.
here if you want.
Oh, look, you're like a walking pharmacy.
You'll not get a long rest in just yet, but you will get another short rest, if that does any of you any good.
No.
Well, it gets me a few spell slots back at least.
Actually,
Oh, no, it doesn't.
No, it
because I've already
doesn't.
used my Arcane Recovery.
probably
I want to steal that hammer so bad.
On road disguise deal.
no, I don't think you will get a long rest. It'll keep you on the brink.
I have 0 spell points. I'm on cantrips and more cantrips.
I think I've got 30.
Here, do you want these?
Banishment.
Just ibuprofen. So you can
Banishment
have
is a
two.
big old spell, but it works.
Yeah. I know, it was worth casting. Coupled with sending
You
to
ended the encounter.
coupled with sending to Lady Rybe of what the fuck are you shooting icicles at me for? That's really impolite. Yeah. I could have possibly saved that spell slot. But no.
You see, the afternoon passes. You have your short rest. You have a bit of downtime at the moment. If you wanted to do anything with it,
I would like to talk to Electra.
I'm in trouble again. Okay. I don't think I'm going to use any more dice. I think I'll just set 44 at 51. Probably. Yeah. I will
She'll
talk
knock
to-
on your door after having bathed in the
In the pool.
pool for a bit.
Yeah.
Would Shiftweave have been taken off me?
no, they just took weapons and spellcasting.
Okay, so like my emulated devout, my subtle warning, and my big veil probably would have been gone.
I didn't hear any of that, sorry.
Like my robe that can see things and
You'll still have all of that, yeah. You've still got most of your equipment. It's just if you had any, like your weapons would have been taken off, your pendant that you use as a spellcasting phone sort of thing, asked to be handed over, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. And we agreed that we would keep the staff
Mhm.
and not use it, but in a room that we could see.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so so you have your rooms. There are guards who come through the halls every couple of minutes. And
Yeah,
look
that's
through
fine.
the windows and that sort of thing.
So all of my spell casting stuff is like on a chest or something. It's all there.
As soon as I know they're coming on a regular rotation, I'm just going to mess with them a little bit.
Of course, you.
And I'm going to shift weave into like Zahim and like do my hair like very male, and then like shift weave back into a dress, and then like be very feminine, and then just see if they like
Just to fuck with them? Yeah,
just to
cool.
fuck with them. Yeah.
The dwarves have a pretty loose concept of gender anyway. But there's
that's
definitely
right.
one or two of them that just like do a double take of like, is that the same? No, that's the same person.
Okay.
While the afternoon's passing, you feel a message from Deuteronomy.
Oh Jesus! That's what we need.
You can refuse to answer the message, but
Well,
you
could send it
can't.
to voicemail.
Pretty much.
No. Well, I'm kind of sitting on. I don't know. I assume there's a bed of some description.
Yeah, there's a bed, there's a chair.
With
all sorts of
Colossus sort of set up against a wall. Yeah, go on then. Accept call from Deuteronomy.
Once again, as always happens, you find yourself in this imagined throne room of the Arid Frontier, the great triangular glass window looking out over the ethereal basin.
Yep.
The great halls of that many statues of the famous cats and other leonines of the thing. The throne empty, and Deuteronomy stood by next to it.
Mm-hmm.
So they look at you and they say nothing.
I look back and say nothing.
This goes on for 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute. Eventually, actually, in fact, give me a wisdom save. Just really quick. See
And nothing was
who
said.
blinks first.
Oh, crit fail.
Yeah. Nothing was said either way, yet the message was conveyed. Just as
Really very much. They don't say anything. Do you say anything at any point?
Crit fail on a wisdom save. She breaks first, doesn't she? And just
You see, eventually their eyes just narrow slightly, and you have the understanding of disappointment.
Is there anything that you particularly have summoned me for on this occasion? Sir.
Where are you?
Where am I?
Yes.
I'm not an icy shithole. I'm in at the Winter's Pact. Currently we've just returned some relic of the King's. He got destroyed. It was pretty sad. Just waiting for a chat with the bosses about stuff. Otherwise, we're all okay. Had a bath. It's warmer here than it is outside. Anything else?
The King of the Winter's Pact is dead?
It did appear so, yes. Yes.
Interesting. The spell ends.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. Is Amanita there?
Yeah, at that moment.
Yeah, you can all make
I go, Deuteronomy appears to be overly interested in the fact that the king is dead in these parts. Clearly does not bode well.
And the High Priestess Flaxy? What about her?
Yeah, well,
Can I insight check Electra as we're having this conversation?
yeah.
Just on how you're reacting about Flaxy.
About Claxy.
Yeah.
So, well, you know when we got teleported and fell out the sky?
21.
Before we fell out the sky, I went to Necropolis, totally ruined shithole covered in dust, and walking through the ruins was Claxy, but as a young woman. So I have no idea whether she's time traveled
And
is
memory of a past Flaxy? perhaps.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. I thought it was maybe more that the dead Klaxi had time travelled and come back as a younger woman. But yes, a memory is also a possibility, I suppose, but less likely.
No comment.
Occam's razor
No
is just
question.
completely lost on Electra.
Is that like a cat comb, but for boys?
Occam's razor.
Okay.
I want to break that dude.
Pardon?
I want to break that dude out and steal the hammer, but I don't know which one to do first.
Tell you what,
Oh my god! How about
Hammer
neither?
would do better than mining equipment.
Just as a hint. Yeah.
Zara's
Hammer would do better.
who's in charge at the moment?
Good question. Who was in charge? Let me put the point.
Yeah,
And-
I'm so sorry.
So on that
I put
on
it
that bit
exactly
of the story, Klaxi, you're 100% above that.
Yeah. Sarah just doesn't give a fuck. She's just like
Oh,
having a nap, something like that. You know, like
Your nap is disturbed as you
Disturbed?
hear the voice of Alexander.
Did he look like that
start
the
to
last
come
time we
through.
saw him?
Yeah, that's always been Alexander.
Yeah, that's all right
It's been a
then.
bit creepy.
yeah, he's always been doing weird.
They're always a bit creepy.
I
there
don't
seems
remember
to
it
be
being that
something
creepy.
No,
closer
it's
to a
very
message
creepy.
spell.
That's what happens when you like try and bring back children from the dead and
I
you know, a
hear-
bunch of other weird shit.
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
ventured north.
Unintentional.
So this is a message spell, so you get 25 words back.
At the end.
They get 25
Oh,
words
at the
forward, and they get
okay.
25 back.
Sydney. Okay.
Yeah, sending, sorry. I hear you ventured forward. Beware of the cold.
Valid concern.
Do not trust Morgon.
We'd figured that.
They are a regret of mine from the past.
Ooh. A past lover. No.
Maybe.
No, maybe. You never know. We're very progressive, you know, Stormbound, so. Hey, you know, when you go the hammer and the anvil, you just never know what to think.
Oh, those two are dating.
I get a couple more words in. Seek out the elf Zavaya.
An elf.
How was
She's gonna
that spelled?
I have no idea. Z something something. ZIV
Okay.
IAH. That sounds about right. You get 25 words back, or thereabouts. 2-3 sentences.
Okay. I have book. Will trust. Oh wait, yeah. Will trust no one in this hellhole. Greensgood has turned to shit. Good luck.
Love it. Very solid. Speaking of messages and replies, we're doing the sending circle here. Archeon,
Yay.
you feel a message coming towards you. Do you answer it?
Yeah, of course.
You find yourself in the throne room of the Arid Frontier. This is not who you might have been expecting, but is in fact Deuteronomy.
God, Deuteronomy's like
I want to Dietrich so bad.
Deuteronomy's like the what do you call it? You know the person that's in control in the shadows. They're just secretly
Machiavelli.
is like I can't remember.
So-
Like, there's so many examples
Yeah,
of it, but like
He's so
you
bad.
know,
The Xanatos Gambit.
actually like pulling all the like levers.
Yeah, he's.
Newton.
No, that was in random. You see, Deuteronomy says, Archeon, big pleasure. I apologize, Dietrich is indisposed at the moment, but the message meant for him found me. Are you quite well?
Yes.
Good. Good.
I'm alright.
Handling the cold okay?
Despise it, but I'm surviving.
Well, hopefully you need not stay there long.
Do you have a plan to get us out of here?
Should you need it, I could.
How can I signal to you that And how quick could it come?
It would take 1 minute.
1 minute.
1 minute precisely. You will find in your left pocket a small sheet of paper. Tear it apart, and I will know.
Fantastic.
This does not come lightly, but Dietrich has assured me the situation is. Dietrich has assured me he'll be able to repay this favour.
Okay. Will this work with anyone else? around me?
If that paper is torn, I shall know. I shall send help.
Okay. Do you know if you can help me get this hammer back?
You see completely blank face, like still muscles, not the slightest twitch. You can see they're thinking, but very difficult to tell what. So I'm going to say, what would you use it for?
Well,
I'm not
domination.
sure. I just don't trust the people.
A reasonable suspicion. A very reasonable suspicion. Certainly. I will admit I cannot help you much beyond what I have given you, but I believe Dietrich is working on something to send you.
Okay. How long should I wait?
A day.
A day. Okay.
Perhaps
You know
two.
that bioweapon?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds great.
Oh, God.
Just saying, like, you know.
Take care in the north. I do not trust the dwarves.
Thank you.
You see the message.
I meant to do something before, but I forgot this too. If I have my paranoia is correct, then we're fucked. Because I was just like, I really hope that wasn't like fucking Morgon pretending to be the other way. Otherwise, because we're fucked.
Oh.
Because I basically just told him I'm going to steal that hammer.
I'm not
sorry,
fucked.
your character's gone.
I'm not.
Bye.
I was going to say I'm not fucked. I just stared at him for a really, 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 really long time, and then went,
2 minutes.
and then went, what? The king's dead, and we bought his hammer back. I mean, seriously, it's fucking cold here, and then he hung up on me.
But
So,
you know, I don't care. I'll fucking take
you
it.
know, I'm not in
Steal
trouble.
This guy's shit.
Amanita,
Oh, I get a message.
you get the next message.
Oh.
Swallow him.
You in the pond, you see a small root growing from the rock, reaching out towards you. Do you accept the message?
I reach out like a creation of Adam style.
Oh,
It's just like the scream in your head as corruption overtakes you.
No. I'm borrowing that line for later. Sister Moriel, your friend from the Order,
Yeah.
long-term companion, in fact, I believe that, reaches out to you, and you see there's almost this works. This is more like a scrying spell. There's a back and forth exchange that can happen here.
Yeah.
They sound almost hesitant as they say, "What have you done?"
I don't know what you mean, sister.
They say you killed the head of the council and then fled, and now she's missing.
Who says?
The
You-
sisterhood.
You didn't.
The sisterhood says.
You didn't.
Some big fucking dragon.
Mo, do you trust the sisterhood?
I thought I trusted them as much as you did.
Do you trust me?
I thought I did. I would like to again.
Can I insight check?
Yeah, for sure.
I want to know if she's speaking honestly. That's gonna be 25.
Oh dear. Let me check. I didn't think I'd need to see a modifier for that. What was the number?
25. 26 actually, sorry.
You see. This is not Sister Laura. But the echo of her, the memory of her, you realise that something else is contacting you through her voice. And you see the root connected to you twists, and shakes a little as you are left with the impression you have sensed once before when the cocoon you found was destroyed.
Oh.
And you felt again another time when you tried to reach the network and failed and drew the attention of something very nasty.
Oh, they were bad.
You felt it a third time when you tried a legend lore spell on the declination.
Yep.
Oh, it's the dead bad mushroom lady.
You can't hear this thing breathing. It doesn't breathe. But you're aware of its presence still connected.
Oh.
It seems to know you have seen through the walls.
Yeah.
Do you say anything?
I'll just cock my head slightly and smile. Ever so slightly, which is something Amanita does not do.
You see the spell almost uncomfortably slowly withdraws the hands.
Oh.
Come get you.
So were you going to ask? Were you expecting me to talk about like
I was trying to get you to talk about
Claxi in the library?
Mm.
Are you going to ask about Claxi in the library? I've talked about the young Claxi that you think is a memory, and I think is a.
Oh, I was more thinking.
No, she
insight,
just wanted
passive insight 21. You said you were acting weird and like backing away and everything.
Yeah, when she arrived.
Mm. I was going to ask you if you thought.
How Claxi came to what happened about Claxi in the library.
Just trying to get a read on it.
Well, to tell you what's really odd. When we ended up in there, we came in through that very specific spot, and she didn't. So how did she get there if she didn't go to the bathroom on the third floor? That's what's getting me.
She works with powerful magics. The same magics that her friend Xanos was using on us.
You mean she got there directly from, like, wherever she was and didn't come through the toilet?
Oh, that was a big one.
I have reason to believe that the head of the council does not enter rooms through a bathroom.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's the book there for. Maybe Xanos is agrees.
That makes sense. Yeah. Who thought that would happen? Interesting.
You see around this time, Malcolm.
I'm just trying to get a read on how Electra's.
Oh, with what insight?
Yeah.
This is the same dude. I just haven't not.
She's not being deceptive. She's not being anything.
Is this Morgon or the war?
This is Morgon. In fact, let's
28.
get rid of that. We don't need two different arts going around. That's awful. Winter Pact.
With a 28 insight, you think that Electra is genuinely perplexed as to why she didn't arrive through the teleport circle attached to the bathroom, but also expected her
That's from their
to arrive
Stormbound
through the
game.
teleport circle from the bathroom.
All the
Yeah.
ones in the earlier five.
So you kind of get that Electra is less perplexed about why Claxi was there at all, and very perplexed about why she didn't come through the teleport circle that was attached to the bathroom. And so she's confused by why, but the wrong bit about the whole thing is what's confusing her. That's what you would get with a 30-something stupid with insight.
Fair enough.
Because she's not trying to be deceptive or persuasive or anything. She's just...
You see around this time, Malvin returns and asks you all to join them in a conference room, effectively, a hall. There's pictures, a hall, sorry.
I love it.
Hall. There are pictures of ale.
Go to the interrogation seminar room.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you'll bought pictures of ale or ask if you would like a different drink by attendance.
I'll have that.
Can I say before I left,
I'm not going to get shit.
the route that connected to me in the pond, I cut off at the...
The faintest cloud of this almost black, dark green comes out the end.
Anyway, sorry.
Malvin returns, takes you all through and says, I thank you very much for your patience. I was able to confirm that you are indeed who you said you were, and as far as anyone I spoke to could tell, you were in Greensgood only a week ago. The inquest about what happened with the king may be taxing upon you. Where will you go once your business here is complete?
Do you have good shots?
Here? No.
No.
I regret.
Well,
deeply.
Somewhere else then.
Indeed. My late wife often bemoaned the lack of
actually,
culture.
I don't know about one of my characters know about the but you definitely want to check that out. That's
Yeah.
here, isn't it?
We do not have
But I'm not telling
concrete
him
travel
about that.
plans. We did not really foresee coming here in the first place, so
Indeed.
we still need to discuss amongst ourselves and figure out what we are to do.
Of course. We could perform the inquest tonight, and you would be free to leave tomorrow afternoon, or we could wait for tomorrow, in which case I would ask you to remain for the coronation the day after that. Either way, you'll be out of here in no more than 3 days' time.
So the coronation is of the new king.
Yes. Well, the crown prince will be his title.
Question:
Yes.
Is the crown one of the original crowns?
Like the crown of ice or something.
Yeah.
They don't seem to put together what you're asking. They say the crown has been. They give you a brief spiel of the crown has been in the Hammerfist family for many generations. I believe it was forged something after the Mage Wars.
So I could put two and two together that it probably is, or it's likely.
That
Hard
with
to
the answer
tell.
he gives really hard to. You could ask, is it an elemental artifact? If that's what you're wanting to find out.
No, I'll just see it, and
Yeah.
that'll pretty much.
Yeah.
I'd like to stay for the coronation. I've never seen a coronation.
Yeah.
So nice.
Obviously, in
Do the thing tomorrow then.
we do not have monarchies.
I'll say the Sisterhood does not reach so far north. This seems like a momentous occasion that we should mark in our memories.
We would be honoured to have an observer from the Sisterhood. Yes, quite.
Yeah, I'm fine. So.
Thank you very well. Take your rest then. We shall conduct the Inquisition tomorrow. Our very own High Flesh Mender, Jerem, will be performing the ritual.
Fleshman.
Hi.
The Flesh Menders, yes. Polite, or a local name for the clerics.
Flesh mender.
Do you also have flesh
Oh.
reapers or
I'm really
flesh?
caught up with that.
Not since the Dark Ages.
Drizella's going to.
There's been no need for flesh.
Drizella
reapers.
Flesh Mender. That Drizella's taking that as a surname.
Flesh.
Drizzle.
Drizella Flesh
Maybe I
Mender.
should change my last name to David Fleshman.
That's so
That would
David
be
Agava Fleshmender.
that would be a great wedding moment. That would.
I now pronounce you Flesh Menders.
No, and the best part would just be called the Fleshies.
Oh.
That'd be our letterbox.
Yep, grim.
So,
Next.
we're going
This
to
is
okay.
hop, skip, and jump through the next bit.
Yep.
You can take a long rest,
Hallelujah.
Oh,
my
yay.
goodness gracious me.
unless you're planning to do something funky during the Inquisition tomorrow.
No.
During the Inquisition.
As in, what do you mean?
Well,
You
who
can
knows?
put
It
in the
depends what
zone
we're
of truth
doing.
and asked a bunch of questions.
Yeah, that's fine.
Lovely.
Can I summon the scholar back, please?
Oh God, not another
Actually,
one.
Sorry.
Does the ring?
Don't
God.
put the long rest through if you haven't.
Oh,
yet.
I just did.
That's fine. Put it through then. Take your long rests.
Well, it's fine. I can just say I had no spell slots.
Oh,
so
take
just
your-
How
wait.
many
take
days
your-
I had
has
nine
it been?
I've changed my mind. Take
You
your long
sure?
rest.
How many
Absolutely.
days has it been
Mhm.
since we teleported?
Since you teleported, so you
it's a bit
teleported, it
first.
was a 2-day travel. So you arrived on the 60th of Duary. It's now the. You arrived on the 60th, you travelled for
Oh,
2
how's that
days.
possible?
The Inquisition will take place on the 64th.
There's loads of really big.
They're huge.
Duary. The coronation will take place on the 1st of Trember, the 3rd month.
So how many mornings? Sorry,
How many mornings? 3.
3. Okay. Well, because I need it for not that I have it on my person right now, but Root and Stem would have charged.
Fine.
3d10.
Can I have a sage companion, please?
You can have a sage companion. Which one would you like?
The sage.
The sage?
Yeah.
That's been working really well for you so far.
Number 3.
Absolutely.
Can I summon the one that just died?
Yes,
back?
you can.
Okay.
You return your sage.
It's like, oh god,
You see they conjure back up, just screaming from the wet. Sorry, please forgive me. Stands up, composes themselves a little. You see, in life they were a lizard folk scholar of some of them, a wise wanderer.
What is their
I didn't realise how good the
Their name-
reroll.
many too long lost grandpa.
Hegan.
What?
Hegan.
Hegan.
Yep.
Hegan.
You writing that down?
Yep.
Oh, good. Someone should.
Hegan, a couple of teeth. Because he's many tooths, like long lost relative.
Oh, right. Yeah. Hegan Wisefoot.
Ooh. Sounds like
Wisefoot.
a chocolate name.
As a traveling wisdom wanderer.
Okay.
Anyone do anything during that night's rest? Anything like that? No.
I would like to do legend lore, but I don't know if it will work here because there's no network.
It'll be a little different how it usually works. But yeah, give it a go.
Yeah, I would like that.
What are you legend lore?
Would I be able to legend lore on Morgan?
Yeah, sure. You begin to legend lore. The network is central and connected, but you can also have parts of it within you, and bits do reside within all of us. So you're kind of searching for the fragmented parts that you've carried with you. There is no one by that name.
Does the ring of mind showing work on truth? No, yeah, okay, cool.
Well, they know that it's not.
Hard to say. If all they're doing is chucking a zone of truth spell on, then it wouldn't pick up on that. If they're doing something more sophisticated, then it might do.
I probably won't use it. I'll just have it just in case they ask about something. And I'll try to be the last person to talk because then,
Yeah.
because there's no point in me lying and then you guys have to tell it anyway.
You see, you were brought on the next day. You're given a breakfast, and you are brought through to a large auditorium.
At breakfast, can I tell the crew that there is no one by the name of Morgan in existence? Whoever this person is?
Legend lore is only
love
famous people, isn't it? It's
Okay.
not actually everyone.
This guy is someone else pretending to be.
More or less.
Yeah. So if he's just like not that important, it wouldn't show up either.
Yeah.
A person of this significance and
Should do.
spellcasting
Should show
on
up.
Legend Lore.
Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely something in the air.
Yeah. I don't trust them.
I was going to ignore the entire rest of this. You're brought over to
Oh
this
wait, I'm a
large
prepared
temple
caster, aren't I?
big
Oh.
unroofed auditorium where a number of important people are around.
I thought for one awful moment Ethidwe was
Is
there.
it Prince there?
Prince is indeed there. So in addition to Morgon, who is he's the head of the tale, it's a couple of other dwarven kind of scribes and academic types, councillors you can presume, great grey beards and that sort of thing. There is also, as was promised, the High Flesh Mender Jerem is present. I don't have artwork for them, but they look much like the others. These great green robes, kind of greying beard, receding hairline, carries an enormous mace and a great shield with a green leaf upon it. Also present is Prince to Be. You would have learnt that they are Rogarth Lighthammer. You see, the prince is very young. He's probably
You see, Ethidwe
Like
is
8
about
or
that
9.
age. Ethidwe is about that age
yeah.
and would totally be capable
I would trust Ethered to run a nation. Yeah.
of running a nation in exchange for lollies or slicing your face off.
Sat
Yeah.
quite Rogarth is with their, who you presume to be either their probably nurse is what you'd assume it is, or like a nanny or something to that effect. Someone in quite definitely servant's clothes, but sort of sitting sit up nice and straight. Yes, that's it. And then sitting quite noticeably, like 2 or 3 seats away, you see a kind of older teenager dwarf woman in a sort of not quite crown, but diadem or tiara. There's something in the face with the young prince. They look. You would assume they are also a member of the royal family.
Oh, okay.
She should be queen.
though their
Totally.
exact deal you don't know off the top of your heads. But you see, you are kind of taken to an area below the things. Anyone do anything immediately before this all goes down? There's not a lot you can do.
Would I be able to introduce myself to the king, to the prince?
Before you're even out in the auditorium, I mean, just when you're kind of, you're led by armed guards underneath. Again, very much in the manner of not like you're coming this way. It's saying Morgan arrives, and if you would be so kind, would you be willing to come to the auditorium, where we will do the official inquisition into death of the king. Thank you all very much. You're given back all your stuff. Very much said, bring what you like.
We're going back all our stuff.
Yep, you're given back all your stuff as you leave the thing. You're at this point, you're more like honoured guests.
Yep.
You're brought through into the large auditorium where you are led in by a herald who announces you in all your official titles. Member of the Sisterhood, Alina. Of the Court of Fire, we have. Would Archeon have a title? Do you think?
No.
No. We have Archeon.
He's like a hero, basically.
Yeah. Champion of the whatever. Of the Morozova house,
World heavyweight champion.
and they kind of glance at you for a second and go, Zara and Zahim, and of the Shimbleshanks of the Ethereal Basin, Elytra.
I forgot my title. Like, bored, angsty teenager.
So you're introduced, and then similarly the royal, so they say, presiding at the head of the Inquisition, we have Morgon of Clan Everfall, working on behalf of the soon-to-be crowned Prince Rogarth Lighthammer, and in attendance also the Princess Aurora Brighthammer. On the left.
When you said the name Morgon, did anyone bat an eye or anything like that? Like, did anyone recognize that this might not be his name?
In the crowd?
Yeah, just anyone in the auditorium.
No, they all seem. It's a mixture of bored commoners who seem to just be looking for something to watch for the day, and a number of other people there doing their job. Various lawyers feels too modern a term, but like law writers and writ keepers and that sort of thing. There'd be several people in seats on the edge writing down everything being said. And you are brought in. You see the head cleric cast the circle of truth quite dramatically. Invites you all to step into the circle. So they say, by the ice of old and stone anew, may no false words be spoken by you.
I love it.
You'll head in. You, of course, are not bound by the zone of truth because of your ring of mind shielding. Assuming you have that on.
No.
No?
No, but I've got it in my pocket. I've got my hand in my pocket. Maybe slip it in if I need to.
Cool. You do that. You head in. We are not going to run through this entire Inquisition, but the basis of it is we're going to do a lengthy legal Inquisition. The basis of it is the
Can we
first
please do it in Spanish?
Sí. Por favor, la voz de dos. The basic bit is I'm going to say some stuff really quickly, and you'll let me know if you're lying to them or if you're dodging artfully answers, that sort of thing.
I'd like to ask one question, and that is this dude who isn't who he thinks he is in the zone at the time that all this
Most definitely not. Only you are in the zone.
Okay, so he's up out
to
of
set up
the...
explanation, you've got like kind of auditorium seating.
Yeah. So he's
right
up on the
front
thing
is
somewhere.
a big desk, effectively, where
Oh, right.
Mornon and the princess...
I'm pretty sure that Idril got interrogated in a room almost exactly like this in Randolph.
This would probably be, I like the Zone of Truth spell.
Oh, Zone Truth in an auditorium.
Zone of Truth in an auditorium.
That went badly.
If you're going to interrogate someone, you might as well have an audience.
That went badly, didn't it? We were in jail for something.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Oh, it was after the halflings, and
It was outside. It wasn't a campsite.
and you didn't murder somebody, but everybody thought you did, and that's all
Oh,
bad.
not something. Yeah.
That's always
Anyway.
my
Anyway.
fault. Yeah.
It was us. Yeah.
All right, look, I like certain tropes, and
No, it's all cool. Carry on. No, it's all good.
The first part is just lengthily establishing who you are, where you're from, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone try to hide that against you?
No.
No.
Wonderful. The next-
I say I apologise to the king, who's clearly bored out of his church
The
because he's
little
like
prince?
8.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they seem to be doodling on it.
I'm like, sorry,
Hmm?
is that they did establish all of this before we came in here, so I apologise for wasting your Majesty's time with this particular element of legal hogwash. because they've already done the establishing bit.
Do your
So-
performance check.
No, with pleasure.
Now, if only Balthazar was here to get bored enough to make light stance.
I might in a minute.
Yeah, I'm going to be describing myself.
Okay. 24.
24. The prince seems to like you.
Aww.
A wink at him.
And which by extension you see the princess rolls her eyes to you. They don't seem to get along. Things proceed along. You are each given chances to introduce yourselves, your accolades, any character lore, any bits you share with the council.
Okay.
Your
Yeah.
past, your history, where you're from.
Go for
No,
it.
you go first. You go first.
No, I'm not going first. Who's going first?
Roll initiative.
Oh, all right,
But
then
use
maybe I am
charisma
going
instead of
first.
dexterity.
Oh, God. Okay, that's confusing.
Charisma instead of
Oh,
dexterity.
no.
Just roll
I got
roll
a
a straight
dirty
charisma check.
13.
20, 13,
14.
14,
17.
17. That's Archeon. You're up first.
A multiple-time world champion in the fighting arts of the rings of gladiator combat. And I've got 16-inch pythons.
You see a number of the commoners who've come to visit. You would know from your kind of personal hobbies. Dwarven wrestling is huge. Probably like the sport of the north. And then you see a number of people around the side who wear very large belts and very short sleeves, all kind of looking at each other. I think 17 was
And you
next.
wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Zara or Zane.
Zara just goes, it's not much to say, really. I get bored easily. Dad's annoying. Like most parents
That's
are.
complete opposites.
The princess kind of looks over and just kind of nods to herself and that sort of a statement.
The only thing that would make the Zone of Truth more entertaining is if Morgan wasn't here with us.
Interesting.
Oh.
Interesting.
Persuasion. Performance? I don't know. Something like that.
It's not a very good persuasion. It's only 10.
You see, Morgan says, I haven't asked questions more than making statements, but I have nothing to hide, and takes a few steps out from the counter, walks towards you and says, I am Morgan of Clan Everfall. I will be doing the Inquisition today, as I often have done in the King's business.
So Morgan's saying all this inside.
Morgan's saying all this inside the circle.
Can I make a perception check?
Yep.
To see if he's got a ring of mind shielding on that thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's bad.
Can I
That's a
make an
7.
insight check?
You can make an insight check, yep.
Got a 7.
7? Don't see much. They don't seem to be wearing any rings with a 7.
No, that's only a 15, because I'm guessing my companion's not in the circle with us.
The companion is not, so they would be asked politely to remain in the fortifications.
If you'll
Got no
forgive
use
me
for
for
it.
1 second, and I'm going to cast
No,
an
really.
extra Zone of Truth. Zone of Truth.
Double change.
You see Morgan says, who would we be not to respond in kind? Are they willing to fail the throw?
Sure.
So you now know if they lie, that's how the spell works. So they say, once again, I am Ornon of the Clan Everfall. I will be conducting the Inquisition today. Later, I will be head of the council to determine who will be guardian of the Crown Prince till he becomes of age.
It's
Is there any particular questions you had for me in the light of truth?
I can wait till the end. It's fine.
I'm curious. There you are. No, for the novelty, perhaps. And they remain in the circle throughout the rest of the Inquisition. So after that, they ask you the basic thing of how long have you been in the north?
Okay.
Oh, sorry, we've got some more
No,
people.
we don't need to.
No.
Oh, yeah, Electra. Electra sort of does a huge bow, and she goes, I am Electra Shimbleshanks. Generally prefer the heated plains of the arid frontier to these frozen ones, and am a firm believer that the female lineage to any throne or ruling power is at least as strong as its male counterpart.
Quite a stir from the dwarves. Especially the council. There is one old woman on the council. The other 5 are all old men.
Yep.
And lots of general grumbling. Mornon does not Morgan
alright.
does not make any comments on that.
Fine. Go on then.
And you're an entrepreneur.
I guess I'll just say, my name is Amanita. My previous name before I entered the Sisterhood has long been forgotten. I was once a Sporeseer of the Sisterhood. I am now a Councillor of Greenswood and a representative of the Sisterhood. And I have little patience for the lack of memory in the North. So, let's be quick.
Again, general hubbub from the crowd there. Hubbub. Kerfuffling. Not quite chin-wagging, but so they ask, how long have you been in the North? What happened in the North, in the Wastes? What did you see? Do you relay the same story you told them down there? Yep, no one's lying about that.
Yep.
Lovely. The next thing they ask is, where were you? You said, Magon says, you said you were teleported here. Where were you precisely before you were teleported?
We were in
Yeah.
we were in a conference with
You're gonna be eyes to
Xanos.
die.
You know Xanos?
Oh, shit.
We do.
Sorry.
We know a lot of people.
Of course they're in league with Xenos.
You see the
Xenos is a senator, or whatever the...
A councillor.
No,
Yeah,
he's not a true councillor.
Sorry, he's not a
above,
councillor. He's in the office of the broken.
he's in the office of Broken.
He
Everyone
is
knows
the-
him.
Xanos
He has a title.
Xanos
I think
welcomed
it's
us when we first arrived in
Chamberlain?
Chamberlain.
Greenswood.
That was his title.
Xanos arrived and is also partial occasionally with members of his office to a bet on the fighting. I have merch, and she starts pulling out Obsidian Butcher's merch out of her bag.
You see the young prince kind of waves Malin over and speaks to him and says, which one's Xanos? He says, Xanos is an old advisor of the king many years ago before the war. They're ever our friend now. Kind of taps the prince on the shoulder.
And she goes, and I go to the prince, have you ever heard of Rex? He's a most excellent fighter. I'm very shiny. I have an autographed copy of like his promo picture portrait, if you would like it, Your Highness.
Which was the one that cleaved Morning and Two?
Rex.
It was
Rex.
Okay, yeah, I'll say, I'll pipe up and say, yeah, he cleaved this
I
guy's
don't
friend
think he-
clean in two.
Yeah, like in half.
That's the story, at least. I wasn't there.
The prince is like, wow, really?
Yeah, and like he go, and I've got a spare scarf as well. Like, so if you're ever traveling over there, you could like go there and watch him fight. And
The prince kind of walks up.
Yeah.
Circle,
so I give the prince
Thank you,
merch.
thank you.
comes back and sings another.
You would be
line
handy for
the
something.
Next bit of time.
Yep. Sorry.
So,
Yep.
Malcolm continues and says, and you were in conference with Xanos the Liar, and you were teleported to the North. Why?
Xanos was getting into trouble. There was danger that happened, and he teleported us away for safety.
Ah, ever the brave soul. So I remember from our time together. The trouble. Do you know if he is okay?
I'm not sure. No,
Oh,
he was kind enough to teleport us out, but I
very
don't know
well.
where he
We'll ask some
worked
questions.
it to himself.
What was the nature of the trouble?
There was this lich that came.
You see, at that, the dwarves in the crowd, there is, again, this kind of muttering that spreads about. The prince looks a little confused, and Malgon kind of, not smiles, but kind of very much interested in that.
Oh.
It's just a lich.
Yeah, Deuteronomy's interested in the lich. I'm wary of
Everyone's
people who are
interested
interested
in
in
the
the lich.
Liches have not been seen in this world since the Mage Wars. Some 200 years.
He ended up in my handbag. He makes stuff really dusty.
You have a lich in your handbag.
Did
We did.
Did
Oh, where is the lich now?
we don't
not
know?
in my handbag.
With
We,
Xanos.
Xanos teleported us out after we defeated the lich, but like as he was being defeated, we're not sure if he was defeated. He's definitely not defeated.
Xanos or the lich?
Either. I don't
Either
think.
either.
Indeed. No, the presence of a lich is most concerning. And it is missing, you say.
Well, it's
But
no
it's not
longer in
miss-
my. It's not in my handbag.
It's not with us.
As far as I'm aware, Xenos has it.
She starts
Oh,
unpacking her handbag.
As
One
you
dog.
begin unpacking your handbag,
Merch.
can you make me a
Oh,
constitution
no.
saving
Oh,
throw?
God, it is in the handbag.
Oh shit. Oh, bioweapon of mass destruction.
That's sneaky
a
bastard.
So I zone of truth, and that was my honest truth.
Oh yeah, none of you have told a lie.
Yeah.
The wording of Zone of Truth is you cannot willingly tell a lie.
Can
None of you have willingly tell
if
a
I
lie.
fail, can we? Given that I have already given the prince merch from the handbag, because that's where the merch was.
Uh-huh. Oh, no, this is for unpacking your handbag.
Oh, that's all right then. That's fine. Just I don't want to have accidentally infected the priest with
That would be pretty funny.
the crown prince with the red goo by accident on a scarf.
Can it be even funnier? Crowning him with
Oh.
the crown.
What are we doing? Con?
Con.
12.
That's a fail.
No, you're near me. You're near me.
You are indeed, so you get the bonus, but that
Of-
wasn't enough.
What is the bonus? It's like +3 or something. Is it +3?
You take 14 necrotic damage as your finger pokes against one of the sharpened points of the rusted crown.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it wasn't the bioweapon.
No, it's not the bioweapon.
Wait,
it's
the
the
crown.
crown.
How did that get in there?
Yeah, Xanos obviously fucking
Okay.
sneakily teleported
All right.
into her fucking hand.
She's
'Cause
not.
he doesn't want
You've
anything to
pricked
do
your
with it.
finger on it, you haven't pulled it out.
Yeah, she's not that stupid. So she continues to get. You see, so I've got merch. I've got dog. We had a lich, but it was like dusty as hell. Then Xanos had the lich, and he was like, there was like fighting in his place, and he like did something, and I don't know whether he intended to teleport us here, or whether he just teleported us somewhere and we ended up here. Does that make sense? I don't know whether he was like trying to send us here, or just maybe trying to send us somewhere and we just like ended up here.
You see, Magon says, teleportation is a complicated magic.
I've never managed to learn it myself.
Indeed, in honesty, neither have I. It was not in my
Yeah.
area of expertise.
What's in your area of expertise?
I'm an abjurator.
Interesting.
Abjuration magic. Protection.
Interesting.
Anybody wants to give me a Arcana or History check?
It's a no.
You have a sudden
And a
thought that's
19
quite
plus
startling.
Oh.
You know that the time it takes for the Lich to reform is between 1 and 10 days. It's been 6 days since
Oh.
the Lich was failed.
Yeah, so,
Any moment now the Lich could come back.
cool.
I'm going to roll.
Did I notice that she had the crown?
No, she 14. No,
I don't
maybe.
think we noticed.
Because she didn't pull
Give
it
us,
out.
yeah, give us an insight check, actually.
Oh, I do. Yeah, you'd have had to.
It's a 13. Isn't it?
Yeah.
I think probably
It
because
was in the
you're
bag.
familiar with each other. Perhaps you might recognise the sort of taking
Tells.
necrotic damage from the crown is something you would have seen happen to everyone before.
That's a 29.
You might recognise.
Okay,
the
so
sound.
what you've seen is I've rooted around in my handbag and the usual collection of random shits come out, including Colossus, who's looking a bit off.
Yeah, oh, very.
Because
Plus
the
it's
last
quite
time
sick.
Colossus looked off was when we had the lich in my handbag, and Colossus didn't like that at all. And Colossus just looks a bit ropey, but
You also
he's
find
away from home.
a bioweapon safely in a glass container.
Okay, I leave that in there.
Slightly cracked.
Oh,
Oh, God.
Oh,
my handbag's a disaster.
I thought you already sent that off.
No, we got sent away before. So I've got a bioweapon and a lich.
Just sitting in
A
a bag.
lich powered bioweapon.
Shit. Okay.
Lich combined with that good thing.
Okay.
Don't give
All
up
right.
yet.
As long as he combines all that power with me as a pro, we'll just get to fucking.
Okay. I go. So I don't say anything. So I'm like, we've just got all this stuff, and he like. So there was the lich. The lich was there. The lich came out once in a bar, and the bar nearly burned down. That was bad. We had to sleep in the stable, And then Xanos was being good. I don't know where he sent us,
Actually came with this lich.
but we ended up here.
Like, hold
And then we found some people, and then they said the king, and it's the same story.
Yeah. Wonderful. You see, they say,
My friend here rescued your kings, yours, your royal, to the pair of them. Sacred hammer.
You see, Magon cuts you off, kind of, not like rudely, but not seemingly desperately. So if you'll excuse me, I'm rather concerned for this mention of a lich. How did you come to possess such a thing?
Shit happens, man.
Zoros, you notice they're looking at you when they ask that quite a bit.
The Morozova family has been guarding that lich for centuries.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, I know about it.
Some dark forces have made it their mission to visit.
Have you met King Gandans?
The reason we are out of our nice
It's
little
fancy.
swamp.
Do you mean Ham's trans dance?
The reason I am out of our little swamp at all is to take that lich back to where it belongs.
And where does it?
Dance man.
In a cage that none can open. Ever.
Indeed. But you do not have it.
Have what?
What?
The crown, the lich. You said it come from a crown?
Not
No.
as far as I know.
No, we said the lich came out at the Xanos place. No, the Xanos. And we got teleported out. We've told you that now 3 times.
Yes. You will excuse us for the want of accuracy when it comes to such dangerous matters. Very well. Your Majesty, I'd recommend you make contact with Xanos at once and inform them of this thing and see what aid you may need from the north. And you see the prince goes,
Oh, God.
you see they give a very low bow and kind of talk to some people who look like scribes, possibly some lower level wizards who head off, seeming to do that task. And says, back to us. There are only a few more questions I would ask. If you're willing, I would
Too
have...
many dice in your hand. But just so you know.
I would have you answer them one at a time, if that would be okay.
No. With pleasure. Ask away. That's the purpose of this.
Did you kill the High Priestess Klaxon?
Where the fuck did you get that information from? Is this Morgan asking this shit?
This is Madam, yes.
No, I did not kill the High Priestess Klaxing.
Did you kill the High Priestess Klaxon?
No, I did not kill that Princess Quexy.
Did you kill the High Priestess?
She is a bitch,
No.
though.
Oh, you have the ring on?
Did you kill the High Priestess Klaxon?
No.
Wonderful. Perhaps one of you could tell me why you had her staff.
Huh?
Her staff.
Oh!
I don't
You
know.
mean her
She
spinning-
found it.
Yeah, you mean this sparky spinning stick?
She found it
Yes.
in Xanos' place.
I'll ask you to answer one at a time, thank you. Where did you find it?
I picked it up, and then we left Xanos' place. It was on the floor.
You picked it up
Off the floor.
from the obsidian spire.
Yes, on the floor.
On the floor. You picked it up off the floor of the obsidian spire.
Well,
What was it doing there?
I don't know. It's Xanos. We were...
I feel like that's a lie.
No, I'm sorry.
She was helping us fight a lich.
One at a time, thank you.
I picked it up off the floor of Xanos' place, and then we left.
Were you there when this happened?
Yes.
Do you know what it was doing there?
Yes.
What was it doing there?
Clexy died fighting the lich.
Taxi seems rather relevant. Taxi
I like
died
the passive
fighting. So
language
Taxi
in
is dead.
No.
Taxi
Well,
is
kind
not
of.
dead.
No, she's in. She's in.
She's
No,
in.
it's not your question.
One at a time, please.
Yeah, you said that, and she's talking over him. So
They cast aside. So,
She's in Necropolis, and she's like way younger and like really much more.
Alright. Oh,
I don't know about the ring.
Emma, can you give me a 20 luck check?
I am not lying.
I thought tonight I wasn't going to be in hysterics.
Nah,
No chance.
not possible.
It's just
I'm so
the process.
As you stand there with a very suspicious look on Morgon's face, you notice black smoke.
Yes.
And
no!
that is where we will leave tonight.
I'm so happy that Lich is here. Thank fuck.
No!
I would also like to let you
I'm gonna
guys know
feed that Morgon straight to that Lich.
the Lich is now
It's way more powerful.
will now be using actual Lich stats instead of the reduced threat one I've been using while we've been
Playing.
in the beginning stages. Oh, thank you all very much.
That's all right. There was nothing I could do about that.
Oh
Maybe
my
not roll a
God.
1 on a luck check. But, yeah.
Oh, now I get to ask the Lich questions and have it answered truthfully.
Yeah, it'll be in the game. It'll get to try to save. But
My first question is going to be like, how the fuck did you get?
I was legit like this close to just transforming into a dragon and attacking Morgon. Because he's like just started asking questions that had absolutely nothing to do with what
He
who
definitely
said he was
serves deceit as well.
Oh,
I reckon.
100%. Well, it's just that it didn't get to me. But I was going to be like, you said this was about the king dying. This has absolutely nothing to do with you. This is not your business.
you can be saying
You're
that
gonna go
as
out
the
that
smoke is coming.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I do like
Amanita's just way too tired for any of this.
And I'm tempted to use enlarge reduce as I'm doing it to just make myself massive.
That's
No, not yourself.
No, you see...
Just
you're
your...
Yeah, just my biceps.
You're just like...
No, you see-
just like a chest.
I'm tempted to also use enlarge reduce, but there's a reasonable chance that if I try and use Glax's staff, that doesn't work quite well, and then the Lich is enlarged.
Oh, okay.
That could
That
be...
would be pretty funny.
Were you
That
going
would
to
be
use
hilarious.
it on what's his face, the dog? Colossus.
No,
Make him actually Colossus.
no, make
Yeah.
him smaller.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, so he's
he's
so he
out
can
of
hide.
control.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it was when I got a Colossus looking a bit peaky was more telling than like getting stabbed in the finger. I should have probably figured it by now.
All right. That was.
Oh, that was a thing.
Yep. That
Yeah,
was,
That happened?
that was good fun.
I know what my
I'm so sick.
Do we get an action before he turns into a full Lich or not?
You'll all roll initiative.
Okay, so yeah.
So if you beat the Lich's initiative, which isn't super hard, Dex is probably the one thing that's not super great at.
Okay.
Sorry, strength.